IBTV presents live from Cleveland, Ohio at Freeway Lanes. It's the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic. Presented today by Hammer, nothing hits like a hammer, Corona Extra, and the TNBAstore.com. Welcome in, everyone. Mike Flanagan here at the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic Tournament. As we get ourselves set up here for our live broadcast today, we want to welcome everybody in. We've had a lot of action yesterday, and we look forward to bringing you all of the complete Sunday coverage in its entirety today. Matt Turk along with me, and we are going to let you enjoy the players practicing as we build some of our modules for you as we take you around this bowling center today and bring you home as we crown 3 champions later this afternoon. And all the seniors, the women's and the men's division. So early this morning, they're practicing about 5 minutes in, and we'll be back with you in about 10 minutes for game number 1. InsideBowling.com is where you're at, and we're happy to have you here with us. Once again, Mike Flanagan here with you. Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic Tournament. Coming up, it's the cut round here at 9 a.m. Just getting started a little bit late here today. Players are practicing as we continue to build our modules. And we're happy you're here with us. Let us get a little bit of shout-outs here on Twitter as well. It's hashtag Inside Bowling is the live Twitter feedback. So make sure that you get out there on Twitter today. Send us a shout out. We'll get it up on the screen for you as the bowlers continue to practice. Head over to Skycam now, right here in the booth, our bird's eye view. We'll be with you for this coverage here this morning. Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic Tournament coming up. Cut round scores coming to you.
TNBA bowlers, please hold up on your practice. All TNBA bowlers, please hold up on all practice. Once again, for your men prize, to make the money round cut is the top 30 bowlers. Your women, top 14. Your senior men, top 10. Please hold up on all practice. Bowlers, please do not touch the automatic scores. If you need assistance in correcting a score, please contact the front desk. If a bowler is familiar with the automatic score and all bowlers on the pair of the lanes agree, then you are allowed to make the corrections, changes yourself, and continue bowling. May your scores be high or high enough. You may begin your tournament play. Good luck and good bowling.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic Tournament. It's the cut round. That's right, half the field is back. Yesterday, we had an amazing day. Started at 7 a.m., and we concluded our broadcast last night about 1:30 in the morning. Not sure how many hours that is, Matt Turek. I don't know if you can do that math or not.
Math at this.
Maybe you can help us out in the chat. Let us know how many hours we broadcasted, 7 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. It's a little early in the morning for us to be thinking about that. 5 more games this morning. As you're getting a look at lanes 33 and 34, lanes 47 and lanes 48. We'll give you an opportunity to look at a little dual side-by-side action as the players get set. It is the men right now, is the way that the lanes are put together. We just have the men, just the men. So no ladies, no seniors this morning for you with the layout that we have here in the bowling center. But I can assure you that as the day goes on, we will keep you abreast on what is happening within the other divisions. And later on today, you do not want to miss our stepladder finals with full coverage as we bring home and we crown 3 champions here in Cleveland. Happy to have you with us. Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek, InsideBowling.com. This great event this weekend, the Reed-Hawthorne TNBA Memorial Singles Classic, is brought to you by Corona, Hammer, the TNBAstore.com here at Freeway Lanes. The TNBA is a great organization, very, very accommodating this weekend along with the staff here. Owner Mr. Gable joined us in the booth yesterday. All of our coverage will be uploaded onto YouTube around Tuesday. You'll be able to go back and watch all the archived action. We've been working very hard to bring you the best coverage that we can and the best feed that we possibly can with the resources here that we are provided here in this building. And we have been tested a little bit, but we have got things up and running for you today. We had several people come in and be part of this thing yesterday. We'll get you some official numbers here in a little while of just how many people logged on and viewed this great tournament. But I can assure you I had a blast yesterday bringing the coverage to you, along with all the many guests that we had, including George Gohagan III, Stu Williams, Ted Pritz, just a ton of guests in and out of the booth. Robin Orlikowski, just too many really to get through all the guests we had yesterday. And we'll continue to have more guests today. I know that Eric Kearney from the USBC is going to be part of our finals broadcast today. We're looking forward to that. There's also other events streaming out on the World Wide Web. Lots of other bowling action happening today. Collegiate bowling, the Hoosier Classic, the USBC, Matt Cantanzaro will be on the call from Indianapolis, probably already up and running themselves. You may be watching 2 streams at once. Hello to those guys out there as they do a great job as well. And also today, don't forget ESPN PBA League broadcast is on today. I was part of those tapings, and you definitely want to tune in and support the PBA Tour today. So a little ESPN bowling, a little bowling here in Cleveland, and a little bowling in Indianapolis. So bowling is thriving, online bowling especially, and you have plenty of bowling coverage today. Hopefully you stick with us and you enjoy our coverage. And maybe have our sound up as you mute the other telecasts. No, I don't know about that, but we are pleased to have you with us. 80 viewers already this morning, so everybody getting up wide and awake early this morning. If you got to head off to church, we wish you some great worship today, and we'll see you a little bit later on as you leave for church and come back from brunch. But if you've already gone on Saturday, or that's just not your thing, we'll see you all day long here. Hammer Girl's back, and Hammer Girl was
she was the first one talking in the chat this morning, I think.
Yep, absolutely. And we've got Hammy's bowling shoe covers in here as well. Pete Barta was talking about that. That was another one of our great guests we had yesterday.
Keisha Nicole has been here all day yesterday. I know she was a big GG3 fan, I believe.
Oh, yeah. GG3, George Gohagan III. As a matter of fact, I posted on my Facebook page this morning. I threw it out there. Mike Flanagan, you can send me a friend request if you like. I accept them all. And today, a little bit earlier this morning, I threw out on my page, anybody know what I'm doing today? And some wonderful responses here. Being awesome. Zeke Bate, who joined us last night, that's what he said. Cordell Wilder, live streaming, question mark? Derek Kendick, promoting the sport of bowling just as good, if not better, than most other people. Michael Sinek, who was in the chat with us yesterday, says, kicking butt, doing a show. George Gohagan III says, watching me shoot 180. And Ron Evans says, giving lots of hand hugs out today. And yes, of course, we are giving out hand hugs today. We've got the Chad and the DM with our first tweet of the day. He says, starting the day off right, watching live bowling thanks to Inside Bowling. We thank you, Chad, in the DM. That's how you can interact with us today, along in the chat, of course, as always, but hashtag Inside Bowling on Twitter. We had a lot of interactions yesterday, especially when some of these guests came in the booth and were interacting with their fans.
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of guests yesterday. It was a fun time yesterday.
And just a little housekeeping reminder, if your browser begins with www.livestream, you are on the wrong page. What happens is Livestream actually directs you over to their page when you hit play occasionally. It's totally random. So the best page to be on is the Inside Bowling IBTV Live page, in which we just registered a new domain name yesterday, and we have a new shortcut that'll take you over to there. If you go to insidebowling.tv, insidebowling.tv, it'll take you exactly where you need to be. So good work, Brian, yesterday getting that domain name taken care of and making it easier for our users to be able to go to a website and get us right away. So insidebowling.tv is where you want to be. Notice down below, when you're on insidebowling.tv, you can see the qualifying scores from yesterday. And at this point in time, I think it's a really good idea for us to go ahead and take a look at those qualifying scores, as we'll full screen and give you a scoreboard, take you over lanes 47 and 48. But I'd like to go ahead and recap the senior division. Ted Hanna's, who I was commenting yesterday, I'm surprised he's even a senior bowler, as I remember him making telecasts and that. These guys are just getting older, but their bowling is still very, very strong. Ted Hanna's leads the senior men's division at plus 132 through 10 games. Second is Norm Cave. Third, Marty Rigby. Marty Rigby, he used to be the tournament director of this particular bowling tournament. So Marty Rigby, seeing him having success out there, plus 49. Tom Panabianco sits fourth. Ed Roberts fifth. Ed Roberts is one hell of a bowler, Matt Turek.
Oh, yeah?
He is. He bowls senior PBA stuff from time to time, if that's the same Ed Roberts. I have not seen Ed Roberts, and it doesn't look like Ed Roberts, but it might be Ed Roberts. So that's the question of the day. Who is Ed Roberts, and who is eating Gilbert Grape? That's the other thing we want to know. But you can see all of these senior standings down below. It's a preliminary round elimination standings on your tabs down below when you're on insidebowling.tv, I should say. I got to get used to that one. Then I'm going to click over to the next tab, which is the women's qualifying scores. And Tracy Petrucia is plus 277, and she sits up top. She has a narrow lead over Jasmine Coleman, who is just 2 pins behind her at plus 275. Bit of a gap down to third. Arnita Yarborough is at plus 194. Letice Baker, 188 over, just 1 pin behind her. Jody Sabalaskis at plus 187. Sarah Littoral, Lindsay Boomershine, Angie Reed, Jennifer Higgins, Jennifer Maples round out your top 10. Some great notable players in that field, and it is really bunched up as they're going to cast 12 players. We need to look at see if we can get an official prize list as well that we can talk about on the air, Matt Turek. If you want to, when you're out and about, if you could maybe work on a prize list for us.
I can see if I can get that for you.
Right now, 12th place plus 104, but what's interesting here is with these 5 games this morning, 27th place, Michelle Irwin, is at plus 7. So pretty bunched up there in the ladies division, and we'll see how that develops throughout the day. And then, of course, we're watching right here front and center, Mike Rose Jr., new Storm Rotogrip staff member. Congratulations to Mike on his new deal with them, that great company out of Utah. Of course, this event sponsored by Hammer Bowling Products. Nothing hits like a hammer, and Jeff Ussery and his team in Hopkinsville do a great job, and they've got the new First Blood out. You should check that out at Pro Shops today. But the men's division here, Bobby Hall, he joined us yesterday in the booth for a little while, right after he led the squad. He was very, very happy to bowl as well as he did. He sits at plus 448. He has a 51-pin lead over Adam Barta, and Adam Barta is looking to three-peat this tournament in a row. He's looking to pull the Jason Couch, the Tournament of Champions three-peat, back to back to back. If so, he would be compared to Jason Couch, and maybe we can get Jason Couch on the phone and get his opinion a little bit later. I could work on that. I do have his number in my phone. That is totally doable. And then just behind him, we have Eric Kornig at plus 373. Zeke Bate, we saw him on the booth yesterday. He's a young man who's only really been taking the game serious for about 4 years, but has worked his tail off.
I was talking to him yesterday. It's a good story that he's only been bowling for a few years and he's already progressed to this level. He had a little unorthodox equipment set up. What did he say? He used one tennis shoe on one foot and then bowling shoe on the other. And he sits fourth, and he's only been bowling for a few years, so hats off to him there.
Now, this is a hilarious thing just sent in to me. And Matt Cannizzaro and the team over at USBC, we have a great working relationship, and I love those guys. But I have a message here from a very high-ranking, notable bowling name that I am not going to mention. But they wanted to just send this over to me because they thought it would be interesting for me to see. The USBC broadcast today is being delayed. It is going to be starting at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday because they were there so late last night that they needed to get a little extra sleep on the broadcast to be ready for today. So Matt Cannizzaro, we were here 2 hours after, I believe, your last post on Facebook, and we are here bright and early this morning.
Ready to go.
And
no extra sleep for us.
And this particular bowler that sent this over to me just said, you are basically the Iron Man, and you and your team work round the clock. And that if we were doing the tournament, we'd have came in at 8 a.m. this morning, and we'd have just been doing it from the get-go. But I do want to say that I'm not so sure our commentary would have been as good because we are a little sleepy here this morning.
Yeah, I'm really dragging behind here for the first hour or so.
So Inside Bowling, this is our new tagline. It's quantity, not quality. And maybe the USBC Bowl TV broadcast is it's quality, not quantity. So that's interesting coming in. Thank you so much for that, my special friend who sent that over to me via text this morning. We'll hop over and check in on the other pair here as we'll go back and forth. Scoreboard tells the story. We're not going to recap scores a lot today, but we'll have the scoreboard up for you to be able to take a look at home. We highly suggest you hook this up to an HDMI cable on your laptop or full screen it at least so you can follow along with the scores at home as we watch ball reaction throughout the bowling center. Lanes 33 and 34 now. We do have pairing sheets, but I want to continue going over this men's division standing. So we said Bobby Hall, Adam Barta, Eric Kornig. We talked about your love affair for Zeke Bate, the guy that you like so much, Matt. Quietly in fifth is Dan Higgins. We talked about Jennifer Higgins yesterday, but we did not really talk about Dan too much. And Dan silently is in fifth position. And I want to just also say that both of the Higgins are tremendous people. They are great, great folks, and really happy to see both of them bowling well in this event. Ted Pritz, who joined us late last night, sits sixth. Ira Darden is seventh. I don't know who Ira is, but I can't wait to see them come through. We strategically talked to the tournament staff about lane assignments today so that later in the day here, as we go along through this cut round, the leaders are coming to us. So that gives us an opportunity to get our feet wet in the booth without having the leaders here out of the start. So you'll see in game number 5, the leaders will be making their way down here. So we'll be able to dial in the coverage a little bit better later. So that's a really smart move, and we're happy to have it like that. So
yeah. So right about now, we're just kind of watching the entire field as they do their 5-game block here. The men and the women bowl 5 games, seniors bowl 4 games this morning for their cut round. That'll take them to the money match, right, Mike?
Yeah, we're actually down here. We're watching places 66, 67, 68, 69. It's Chris Clark, Anthony Wright, Chris Freeman right here in front of us. We'll go over to them now. It's a sky cam. That's what we have right in front of us right here. As you can see, I'm directing traffic. Chris Clark right over here, Chris Freeman right over here, Anthony Wright, and the King is right here as well. So right here is our section. You see Marvin Hale off to your left. Daryl Ratliff, Derwin Petrie, who said hello this morning.
Yeah,
He'll be getting up on lane 42.
I like to check his ball reaction today. He looked like he was throwing the ball pretty good yesterday.
Derwin is a player, I can tell you that right now.
I don't think his score really reflected.
70-30, sits at plus 85 right now. They're wanting to get into that. I think they're cashing 28, so we really do need to get a list of a prize list so we know what we're talking about here. But Steve Waters is 28th at plus 191, so he's about 100 out of the cash position. And the cashers are all going to advance to bowl 4 more games today. So that's what we're trying to get to now, is the cashers round here at the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic. Halfway through game number 1, Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek here on the call.
How you doing, guys?
And we're taking a look at Skycam here. Get a good look at 3 pairs. A little bit later on today, when we go to our stepladder finals, we'll be looking at Skycam to see the finals, and it'll actually cover both of these pairs here. We'll actually have 37
the men and
8.
Women, right?
Correct, the men and the women. You are correct, Matt. 37 and 8, 41 and 42. Then we'll have the senior finals happening over on 33 and 34. As well as we're also going to have a senior ladies roll-off, a special roll-off also that we'll be covering. That'll be down on lanes 45 and 46, I believe. Roughly in that area, unofficially. And then the final match today in the stepladder, they actually have to move to a new fresh oiled pair for the final match. So everybody will shift 1 pair to the right. And we'll actually have a 2-camera shoot, hopefully, for you over on lanes 43 and 44 later today. In the men's division, Skycam will be zoomed in and will be taking care of the ladies division. And then, of course, we'll have the senior division with our camera down there as well. So a lot of action today. We're going to have 3 stepladders happening at one time. That'll be the first time that we've ever done that. So hopefully the bowlers pace themselves a little bit so we don't miss any key shots in any of the matches. And that'll be that. So early this morning, just getting started. The time here is 8:47 a.m. according to the computer I have in front of me, which I believe is
actually 9:47.
It's actually 9:47
local time here. It's 8:47 Central Time back home in our hometown of St. Louis.
Yeah, I see the computer. St. Louis Central Time is what we're used to. I changed my laptop. It's 9:47 here, so I'd rather say it's 8:47 and make myself feel like I got up even earlier, though.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Might as well really rub it in here, huh? We came in this morning. We had a little less pre-work that we had to do today, but of course we come in and some of our programming switchers and things were very slow responsive today. So instead of taking any risks whatsoever, we decided to do some serious rebooting and rewiring of a few things, just making sure everything's good to go for the rest of the day. Kind of like getting your oil changed on a car.
Yeah.
So we changed the oil. We actually flushed the radiator too this morning here in the booth. And I believe Brian also changed the struts and the PCV valve. They always get you for that at those oil change places. You ever have that happen, Matt, where you're getting your oil changed and they say, "Sir, you need a new PCV valve"?
Yeah, that's why I like to change my own oil, so they don't get me for an arm and a leg. With my come up to my window and say my BLT drive just went AWOL, and then oh, that's $500, no problem. Okay, yeah, go fix it.
$500, yeah. That wouldn't be good, no doubt about it. I want to thank Jeff Riggles for giving us a share out on Facebook today, live streaming the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Singles Classic. Thank you, Jeff Riggles. If you don't know, Jeff Riggles has a blog. It's called the11thframe.com, and we're partnering with Jeff Riggles. Brian Burkhart, the man over to my right, he's actually responsible for that 11thframe.com website, hooked in with our network of partners, and we were very happy to put that website together for Jeff, and he's been an outstanding partner with us. So thank you, Jeff Riggles, for being a part of our network. And if you want to read some good bowling blogs and get the dirt on what's happening in the bowling industry, we suggest you check out the 11thframe.com. Eightpin here in the chat says that the pile of debris anxiously awaiting both McNeil and Riggs coming to Waterloo next weekend. Gail Myers Jr. in the chat. Now, we need to talk about that 11thframe.com team. Jeff Riggles' team making a move, a switch with their team name at the USBC Open Championships, arguably the most famous name and famous team in the USBC Open Championships. And they've made the team name change over to 11thframe.com now that Jeff has his own website. And they're still sponsored by Turbo. They've been the great Turbo 2-in-1 team for quite a while. And their ball sponsors as well will be represented, as well as us. We'll have the star on their jerseys, the Inside Bowling Star. So we're happy to be part of that partnership. And just remember that Gail Myers Jr., who is in our chat this morning, watching this bowling, supporting the TNBA by watching, he wanted to make this event. I know he did. It was just a bit too far, and he had too many things going on. But Gail Myers Jr., all-time average leader at the USBC Open Championships for, I believe, 20-plus years in that tournament.
Wow.
And it was actually quite funny. If you head over to USBC and you look at the descriptor of the live broadcast, they're going to be live streamed again this year, every year. Gail was kind of snubbed. They didn't put anything in the little write-up about him being the all-time average leader. Huh. It was more about Jeff.
Huh.
But you know what? It is about Jeff.
It is his blog, right?
And, you know, I think maybe, you know what, Gail Myers Jr., why don't you go register 12thframe.com and we'll design your website, and then maybe you'll get mentioned. How about that, buddy? I love you, Gail. I love you, Gail. And we'll see you next weekend, Big Daddy. We love you, Gail Myers. Always a fun guy to be around, too. I haven't had a chance to sit down and have a beer with him yet, but hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. Gail Myers says it is about Jeff Riggles. So I will say that one of my favorite things about doing this is who we get in our chat. You know, we don't get slouches in our in our chat. We get very notable names in the sport of bowling, and then we also get the most knowledgeable fans. Yeah. I love our fans to come in here and help us out.
I don't think he's in the chat yet. It's pretty early for him, but I just want to say hats off to Brett Cunningham. If anybody out there listening knows Brett, he was in the chat all day yesterday, and I've noticed he sits in the chat for most events and answers a lot of questions that the viewers have that post in the chat that maybe we just don't have the opportunity to read and get to. So I'm sure he'll be tuning in here shortly after he gets up.
We'll check in on lanes 33 and 34. Strikes aplenty. If you look at that scoreboard there, we see 5 in a row, letter A, also 4 in a row for letter C, 4 in a row on letter D. So. And a triple for letter B. So let's see if we can figure out who that is here as I look at my pairing sheet. Looks like lanes 33 and lanes 34. Mark Ferrara, Michael Thomas, Charles Zalea, Howard Ridgway, Anthony Thompson. There's Anthony Thompson right there.
Getting ready to bowl in lane 34 there.
5 on this pair. You see the A next to the F up there on the scoreboard. That means that it's an absentee, Matt Turek. Did you know that the A on the scoreboard up there means absentee?
Yeah, I did notice that yesterday, and I think I could put 2 and 2 together, figure that out.
Well, that's why we brought you on the trip.
Well,
we just wanted to make sure that
I'd hate to see how you'd get by without me not knowing the absentee and vacancy procedures.
Oh, man, we love it. We love it.
How many viewers we got this morning?
We just cracked 100, which
cow.
Reminds me, Tom Doherty, how are you, buddy? Tom Doherty, 100 on television just a couple years ago, and then when he bowled out, I was part of that Las Vegas World Series of Bowling, and he won, but there was it was the Bowler's Journal 100th edition of the magazine, so he had a big 100 up on the masking unit, staring him right in the face the whole day. Reminding him of his 100 game against Mika Koivuniemi's 299, the tournament of champions.
Oh man, imagine that situation.
It is a situation, and Parker Bone, congratulations to him out there winning his second major, the PBA World Championships. And I remember we ran a contest on InsideBowling.com not too long ago. Well, it's been a while now, I guess, where Nick Smith gave away a bowling ball from Brunswick. And you had to give Parker Bone his Jersey Shore nickname. And the Statuation, I believe, won. The Statuation was the winner there.
That's good. That's
so
classic.
Thank you to Brunswick for sponsoring that. We're going to bounce out of here. We'll head over to lanes 47 and lanes 48. You're looking at Mike Rose Jr., Eagle winner, and almost multiple Eagle winner as he has had some unbelievable runs at the USBC Open Championships. We talked about that yesterday. Mike Rose Jr., also a very fun fellow. as he was one of the only players yesterday to just take it upon himself to grab the open mic.
Yeah, how about that?
Strap on the headset.
That was pretty cool.
Give us some commentary. As you take a look there, Mike Rose Jr. looks like he's having no problem knocking the pins down today, as we see nothing but strikes up on his scoreboard there. He is letter C. Mike Rose Jr., lanes 47 and lanes 48. He's paired up with Leandre Thomas, Anthony Whitehead, Frank Testa, and Eugene Beeks II. I'm sure he's enjoying bowling with Frank Testa. I know he's competed against him in this tournament before in the past. And Mike Rose Jr. here looking to become a factor here in this Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Classic in the men's division. Mike Rose Jr., since he's on our pairs here to start the day, not quite where he would want to be, as he's normally someone up near the top. He has won this tournament 3 years ago. Adam Barta's won the last two, as we mentioned. Mike Rose Jr. sits 88th right now, plus 62, looking to get things going. We'll stay here with Mike Rose, and we'll actually bring in both pairs at this time. Let you get a chance to keep an eye on your favorite bowler that we have here as we bring in the split screen.
Yeah, there's Michael Thomas there on lane 34 getting ready to throw his shot. What's his score there? He's got a string, doesn't he?
He does have a string. Looks like
at least 5 going into the 10th there. So difficult for us to see the first half of the game when they split the game into 4 or 5.
There's a look at that scoreboard. Look at those strikes.
There's a lot of X's up there. There
are a lot of X's up there.
There's a nice ball by.
I'll tell you what, there's something, I've bowled this tournament the last 5 years, and there's something about this morning squad where the scores just go up. The very best of the best come in here, and you start seeing them just light them up. They all play the lanes correctly. They wake up in the morning, and they just come in, and it's go time. It's put the pedal to the metal, and it is time to go, and these guys here are bringing it with everything they've got. So we had 245 by the opening bowler over there on lanes 33 and 34. Which I'm going to make a guess is Mark Ferrara, if it's in the same order I have here. So I believe Mark Ferrara bowled 245. Howard Ridgway had 225, I believe. Anthony Thompson, we see at least 4 in a row heading into the 10th frame.
Yeah, here's
that's the left
Michael
scoreboard
Thomas,
right there.
Michael Thomas there on going up on lane 34 has got a 6-bagger going to the 10th in his fill ball. He can strike here for the ham turkey dinner.
And that's just what we know of. There could be more. And Mike Rose Jr. continues to strike as well.
Oh, he crosses over, leaves the 10. So let's see what he gets there.
Take a look.
After 256. Nice
256 right there.
Nice game.
That's right, 256.
Look at those scores.
This is the scoreboard for the left pair now, keep in mind, lanes 33 and lanes 34. Anthony Thompson and Charles Zalea left to bowl. Zalea has a possible 227. And Thompson, we see nothing but strikes up there, 4 in a row on our board. And of course, we did the buzzkill.
Yeah.
The stream crusher.
The stream crusher. That's what it is there. Yeah.
The viewers just keep going up. We thank you this morning. We have no tweets pending right now. Hashtag Inside Bowling. Give us a shout out. Let us test to make sure our technology is working correctly this morning. Leandre, a.k.a. Perk, they say. All the nicknames out here. Maybe if we did this for 10 or 15 years, I'd have all the nicknames down. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, that's how long it would take me. I'm not too good with the names myself. I can associate faces very well, but just all the people that I've been meeting this weekend, I'm getting people confused, and all the names that are coming in and out of my head, it's rather difficult to keep track of.
Look at this pair scoreboard right here.
Yeah,
man.
I know. That's what I was saying.
We got an open for 245 and an open for 244. If those guys go off the sheet, you know, we're looking at some big numbers here. 225, 256. So there's scores to be had out there this morning.
Yeah. Possible.
It's going to be the 2 teens for Mr. Charles Zelaya. We're going to full screen our right pair here as the scoreboard comes in. We'll hang out here and we'll keep an eye on what Mike Rose Jr. finishes out with here. So it looks like he's got a big string going. He's letter C up on your scoreboard. Action is fast and furious this morning, Matt Turk, as the leaders will come to us today. They will come on down. They'll be the next contestant on the Inside Bowling is Right.
Looks like we had a little difficulty there with the internet, but it looks like we're back up and running at full speed.
Yeah, and I've got a new phrase because my brain is running at full speed, so I'm going to introduce that here in just a second.
I'm glad one of our brains is running at full speed.
So I believe that I'm going to start using an analogy when we broadcast. And the new analogy that I'm going to use is that we're going to actually take a flight somewhere. We're actually going to travel to a destination, and we're going to take you along the way and entertain you as we take you and we land at the finals.
All right.
Okay, so qualifying and all of that is just boarding the plane and going through the process of getting through security, getting onto the plane, getting yourself.
Which is a rather difficult process.
It is. It is.
Which is accurate though, you know, because these guys are really grinding out trying to get that top position there to make the steps.
And us as well, just dialing in this broadcast.
Yeah.
And then, not to mention, we also experienced turbulence along the way.
Yeah, let's check out the jib cam here, lane 42. Ryan, who is that? Freen? I think he's got them all here. He's got them all. First one of the 10th. He needs 2 more for a 300. That's a ham turkey dinner plus 5.
Yeah, scores
it will be the first of the tournament, I believe.
The other scores on that pair: 224, 259, 205, 174. 11th frame.
You'll be able to see him here on the right side of the screen. Ball's on the lane, and he carries. That was a nice shot.
He's throwing that DV8 Nightmare, I believe is the name of that ball. DV8 Nightmare. I'll see if I can get him to come over and I'll get an interview with him. Matt Turek on the call here.
Yeah, I'll take over
300.
here. Shooting for 300. Ryan Freen on lane number 42. He's got 1 ball left. Strike here will give him 300, the first of the tournament. As he steps up onto the approach, you can see him off just very off to the right of the screen. Half his body is cut off here, but you will be able to see his ball reaction and his carry. He's making the motions, and the ball's on the lane. Lots of revs. Oh, nice job. Nice job there, 300. Very nice job there for Robert Freen.
Okay, Matt, I'm right here with Robert. How do we say your last name? Ryan.
Yeah, friend. F-R, yeah.
Ryan Friend.
Okay.
He's my new friend. I just met him. Nice bowling, man.
Thank you.
300 game right here. You were using the DV8 Nightmare, was it?
The Brutal Nightmare. The Brutal Nightmare.
The Brutal Nightmare. 300 out of the gate, man. You can get it going.
Yeah, hope to keep it going. Keep making good shots, and hope the pins cooperate with it.
Well, we're happy for you, man. We saw it right here, and it'll be archived on YouTube. You can go back and watch it. Opening game out of the gate. You got to love that.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
He's ecstatic down here, man.
Yeah, he's speechless,
he loves it.
man.
Nice
That's
bowling,
great.
bro.
That's great.
Keep it going, man. Your work is not done. Back to myself and you in the booth, Matt.
All right. Excellent game there. Excellent. Let's take you back to the jib cam here where looks like game number 2 here on 39 and 40 in the center of the screen is just starting to get underway. They got 3 bowlers on that pair. If you look off to the left, I know the scoreboards are kind of hard to see on the jib cam, but there are some very high scores here. 226, 233, 207, 249, 236. That's on pair 37 and 38. That looks like a very high scoring pair. So they're going to be moving 2 pairs over, ending up on 43 and 44, just out of range of our camera view for the jib.
I want to give a shout out to Brian Burkhart. Nice job, Brian. As we were covering those other pairs, we had an opportunity to break in and get that 300. Very good work, Brian Burkhart. Thank you so much for that. I don't know what Mike Rose Jr. finished out with. 267, Mike Rose Jr. While we were covering the 300.
Yeah, I was just talking about all the high scores that are coming out of the first game.
Well, you know, yesterday, if you remember correctly, I think I got this piece of paper right here. Pete Barta and I were talking. And Pete Barta predicted that to make the cashier's round, you'd need plus 255, Pete Barta. And I predicted it would be plus 419.
Yeah, I think I was right about 300 myself.
Yeah, so we'll see how that cut score develops here in the men's division. We'll also be trying to get you updates from the ladies division, but we did just see 300 by Mr. Friend.
Friend, I think I started to say that, and then I said Friend.
Yeah, you wanted to make it more complicated than what it was.
Yeah. So just keep it simple.
Just
stupid.
like my name is Mike Flanagan, not Flanagan.
Yep. But it does look like Flanagan.
Yeah, and Forfignugan if you're into Volkswagens.
Nice game there. That's the first one of the tournament.
He was nervous to be on the camera, too.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, he was a little nervous in the interview. He was just ecstatic. I think he just finally realized that he shot 300 once I said it.
Yeah. I mean, because he didn't waste no time getting up there on the approach. He didn't, no deep breaths or nothing. It was just like routine for him almost.
Yeah, it was awesome. Brutal Nightmare, deviate ball. I saw Walter Ray shoot 300 at the Detroit Winter Swing.
Everybody I see
Same
throwing
ball.
those DV8 balls enjoy them. I personally have not thrown them, but I know a bunch of people that have and are even on DV8 staff, and they just absolutely rave about those balls.
Yeah, it's funny here, too. CMH Hollywood gives us a great quote. DV bait. Are there any DV bait sightings?
I just want to break in here. We are not positive here.
250?
250, it looks like, yeah.
Brian's keeping his eye out today to help us out with
we had a big
strings.
string there. We wanted to see if we could catch another 3, but
Brian,
it was a 250 game instead.
Brian, the scores are high this morning in this amazing morning block, and they are every single year here. They just are.
Well, that's kind of how it happened yesterday. They started out real high, and then as the day wore on, they kind of slowed down, dropped off a little bit, started to grind out as transition hit. So this is game number 2 of the 5-game block here, cut round block. For the men, you'll be watching the men here. I know a few of you in the chat have been asking about the women. Unfortunately, due to the lane assignments currently for this morning, we will not be bringing any women's coverage until the semifinals and finals matches.
Let's go ahead and go over these pairs here on the jib cam. Over to the left, you've got Mark Ferreira, Michael Thomas, Charles Zalea, Howard Ridgway, Anthony Thompson. Actually, that's the middle pair, 39 and 40. Over on lanes 37 and 38, it's Steve Novak, Anthony Wheeler, Jeff Baker, Jared Duff, Lewis Watson. 41 and 42, Adam Ishman, Joe Bailey, Kenneth Lane, Gary Boudra, and Dean Billings. Dean Billings, former Peterson champion, that difficult, demanding tournament in the Chicago area. So we'll stay here on Skycam for a little bit. Game number 2 of the cut round.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see how the bowlers fare here on 41 and 2 after that 300 was shot. There's a nice ball by the first bowler here on lane number 40. Giving him a double to start the match. That looks like Howard Ridgway. Here comes Thompson. What's Thompson's first name there, Mike? I didn't catch that.
Thompson?
Yeah, here on lane 40. Apologize to make you go through all that.
Anthony Thompson.
Anthony Thompson. Let's see here if he can keep the Mark extravaganza alive, man. This pair 39 to 40, everybody's got strikes up there. All 5 bowlers. Looks like he's playing about 7 to 5. Oh, comes in light, leads to 7-9. Tough break there for Mr. Thompson.
Let's head on down to lanes 33 and 34 as the leaders will be making their way down towards our direction as they move right throughout the day. So we do see higher seated players here.
And we got a couple of questions about the pattern here. I did post in the chat, but I'll go ahead and say it. It is the same pattern they've been bowling on all weekend long. It's a modified house pattern. And we did learn yesterday that the women, as you can see real quick on the screen there on lane 34, gentlemen there almost picked the Greek church, leaving just a 4-pin. But I heard the women and the seniors are actually bowling on a different pair than the men.
Bowling on a different pattern, you mean?
Yeah, pattern. I'm sorry, I said pair. Pattern.
I would hope they're bowling on a different pair. Otherwise, we'd be in for a long day, man.
Yeah, well, we're going to be in for a long day as it is. So
we're watching lanes 33 and 34. Michael Malucci.
Yeah, he's up on 33 right now.
Terrence Blevins, Danny Guerreri, Christopher Werner, and Ray Smarsh.
Yeah, and Werner's up there on 34.
Smarsh, I've actually crossed with in this tournament. Nice guy. He's the balding head gentleman you'll see come in just a little bit. He does stick out to me. I've seen him make the finals in the past. We're having so much fun. We're having so much fun up here in the booth. I'm going to tell you right now, we are sleepwalking on this telecast right now.
Yeah, right now I am not fully awake.
Seriously, we are sleepwalking. Like I started building camera modules for cameras that don't even exist a little bit earlier this morning, and Brian just looked at me like, "What is wrong with you, dude? Like what?" And now Matt was just telling me that the scoreboards are flipped and we need to flip them around.
Well, I mean, I believe that they were right on the outgoing stream. It's just we have them up real big, blown up on our screen so we can easily read them. And I'm looking at them, and I'm looking at the bowlers, looking at what's left on the lane, and I'm just lost. I'll be at least another hour before I wake up fully.
Jazz C. Big Sis, I would really love to see the women, please.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I just want to let you know that part of our planning that we did put into the tournament, and we let the tournament office know that, you know, with where we needed to sit, that as far as coverage goes, we'd like to be able to cover as much as possible. We were put here for the internet feed, and we're trying to work with the tournament staff to make sure that we can cover women and men. But just today, for some reason, it just did not work out that way for some reason. However, we will tell you that the ladies will be covered later today, and our television finals are actually going to be right in front of us. So the ladies will be checked in on, and we apologize. We will not be covering the ladies this morning. And there's just not much we can do with an 80-lane bowling center. And we're using the entire bowling center today. So our cables only go so far, and we will continue when we talk about possibly doing this event next year. We will make sure that we discuss that in the pre-planning meetings and figure out a way through lane assignments and a guesstimation of how many bowlers will be bowling to make sure we're put in the right location so that we can bring you some female bowling, because there are some tremendous ladies here in this field, and we talked to a lot of them yesterday. And great ladies, and it needs to be covered. So right now it's just the men, and we appreciate you coming in and letting us know your thoughts. And, you know, feel free to fire off an email to the TNBA tournament staff. Daryl Spider Houston would love to hear from you, and let them know.
While you're sending emails and checking Facebook, make sure you tweet us here at #InsideBowling. Every hashtag that comes in, we will be able to put it up on the screen for you. Looks like Mike's going to try and get an example of that going right now. But yeah, we love to interact with the fans at home, you know, either through the chat or through Twitter. Twitter feed is fairly new addition. I think it's a great feed. Brian Burkhart put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into getting that working. He did a great job.
That's one of the simplest things he's ever done, actually. He told
me. Really?
Yeah, he said
let's talk him up a little bit.
It's the little things in life, actually, is what's harder for him to get done. Like, oh, Brian, we just want this, and he's like, well, that's going to take me a couple days. See, I'm backwards thinking. I don't understand. Like, I'd be like, can't we just change this? Yeah, I'll get it. Take 3 days. I'm like, can we get Twitter up here? And it takes them 2 seconds. It's amazing. It's just a graphic overlay, but nobody else has it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We actually have a bunch of little lemmings that work under the table here, and they actually build the graphics for us, and we pay them pennies on the dollar. They're actually illegal aliens like you, who does nothing but study cosmonautology. And I know that's not a word. I just wanted to say something funny.
Cosmonautology.
Cosmonautology. What are we going to be watching on the way home? Some sort of like live broadcast of like a star on fire?
I'll either figure something out or I'll bring up some deep, in-depth conversation for a 9-hour drive.
I think you guys will be sleeping and I'll probably be driving the entire way.
You got that right. You definitely do have that right. After what did we get last night, Mike? About 3.5 hours sleep?
Yeah, I don't even know.
I couldn't even tell you.
I should have brought my PlayStation and just played video games all night, not even worried about it.
Yeah, then you'd be crashing at about 11 o'clock.
Oh, just to let everybody know, later on when we do the finals, there's going to be no commentary whatsoever because we're just going to be shot. We'll actually have a booth cam on us passed out on the stage.
Yeah, we're all going to be laying down. We'll let the lemmings down below the booth control everything.
The lemmings. Go ahead, we'll head over checking on our other pair here.
Got some shout-outs here in the chat. Jasmine Coleman from her entire family down in Louisiana. They seem to be watching us on the live stream. We do apologize that we don't have the women covered right now for this 5-game block, but we will show them here for the semifinals and the finals. Bowler Griff, I do believe that is the legend, Mr. Don Griffin, right? In the chat room.
That it is.
Masters League team captain. I'd like to give a shout out to Don Griffin. Thanks for tuning in this morning.
Don should be here. This is an event that Don has bowled before. I know the last time that he bowled this event, he's a left-handed bowler. It wasn't a real lefty-friendly pattern, but that seems to be.
Yeah, I heard this year it's a lot different for the lefties.
It's not too bad. Yeah, absolutely.
Morning, Griff. Looking forward to getting back in town and seeing you on Tuesday down at beautiful Arnold Lanes, where it's sunny and 72 all year round.
Yeah, I guess I need to work on a lane pattern for that, huh?
Yeah, I think you got plenty of time. Hey, look at that. There's our first tweet of the morning.
Hey, Brian, I'm doing something wrong here, I think, for the tweets. It's my fault. I knew that.
Yep, we are still waking up here.
For some reason, I thought that was a player. Let's give this a shot again.
Don't think it's working. Done. All right, we're going to troubleshoot the Twitter feed. Raz here in the chat wants to know if Greg Black Jr. is in the field. Is you got the list over there again, Mike? I can maybe take that over.
You know what? I didn't see Greg Black's name yesterday.
Okay.
I think I would have noticed that.
Oh, well, let's take a look at our pair on here, 47-48. There's a nasty little split to 2-4, 6-10. And he gets a half count there.
2 is 4 on a strike usually.
Yep. Ryan Friend, 47, getting the ball way out there. Messenger carries the 6-10. Great ball. It doesn't look like he liked it too much, but man, that pin action really makes it exciting.
I'm now friends with Brittany Ferrara and Keisha Nicole. Thanks for the friend request, guys. Thomas Lund also this morning.
Don, and answer yourself in the chat there. Lefties are bowling pretty well. I don't have numbers in front of me or anything like that, but every time we get up and try and look around the field, the lefties seem to be getting to the 1-2 pretty easily. Yeah, we need to get some stats to back that up, though, Matt. Because now that you're mentioning this, I'm trying to take a look at this. You know, Gohagen's struggling. Oh, is he? Well, yeah. I mean, he's only at plus. I don't know what he's at. Plus. I don't know. I'll look that up in just a second. We got a few things happening here. Any in the top 24? Not entirely sure. We're going to get that for you, Don. I'll make sure I'll get that out to you once we get more information coming into the booth here this morning. Are we good to go now, Brian? All right, our first tweet, we believe, is going to be up. There we go. Yeah. A. Merster Lee, how is Bobby Hall doing? Oh, that was from earlier in the day yesterday, wasn't it? No, maybe that's current. I don't know. He was leading a tournament. He's going to be coming down to us. We don't have any field reporters right now. If you know if Ashley Galante is hanging out in Cleveland, send her down. Another tweet coming in. Obviously. Inside Bowling, we tweeted 300 live just now, IBTV by Ryan Friend. Watch now at insidebowling.tv, our new domain name that takes you right to the IBTV live page. B-dub, yeah. Yeah, let's see there. It's 49 and 50, I think, is the first women's pair, and you can kind of see their ball reactions if you're watching the screen up there on the screen right now there. But like I said, yeah, we are going to show the ladies here. Unfortunately, due to the lane assignments, they're not going to hit any of our featured pairs here for this 5-game block. They will be down in front of us for the semifinals and the finals, so we will get to cover the intense matches for you, so you won't be missing out on the ladies at all. We'll try and keep you up to date on scores and progress as information comes into the booth for you. Want to give a shout out to my friend Jody Westner, who's just checked in. Let us know she's been watching the stream and loves the work that we're doing. Thank you, Jody Westner. Just a tremendous lady. Her and Aaron Hawkins love them. Also, looks like Hammer brand manager sponsored the event, Jeff Usry, and all he does for the TNBA. He's joining us in the chat, and we're working on a little something special for you guys that I'm hoping to talk about here in just a few minutes. How about that? After that 300 game there, Ryan Friend started out strike, spare, strike. He's up in the 5th now, as you can see on lane 48. See how his reaction is on that next pair after he moved. There is going to come a point in time when I'm going to have a soundboard with every song imaginable, and we would play like "You Got a Friend in Me." I know it was in Toy Story movies, but that would be great every time he came up. Great ball there by Ryan. Great ball. He liked it a lot too. Good for him. He was a little nervous on that broadcast earlier when we were announcing that.
Folks in the chat, looks like Show's got a question. Maybe you could help fill him in on that. We've been covering that quite a bit.
I already just answered that for him.
We're gonna not rehash that over and over again. We'll just obviously with the planning for next year, we'll sit down with the staff and we'll make sure that happens. So.
Do you happen to know where Ryan's from? Ryan Friend?
That was one of the interview questions I failed to ask.
Well, that's all right. It's early.
You can hop out of the booth and go ask him if you like.
Maybe we'll get down there and ask him.
Still, we do need a prize list. If anybody's listening in the tournament office, if you could bring us prize lists and how many we're cashing to, that'd be fantastic.
So
we don't have one? And if you're also listening in the tournament office, we need full qualifying standings from the entire tournament, not just the people that made the cut that they sent over this morning. So maybe if somebody's listening and they're nearby, we're pretty far away from the tournament office. They're down behind lanes 1 and 2. Actually, they're behind the bocce ball courts. Yeah. And we're down at 39 and 40.
That's,
so.
Anybody out there ever play bocce? Chime into the chat. I've played bocce on grass with my family, just, friendly games. I had a lot of fun. We walked down to this bocce court they got down there. It's massive. It's caged in. They got bartenders and waitresses just waiting for people. It looks like it's hardwood. Maybe there's some sort of substance on the wood to make the balls roll better, kind of like a shuffleboard. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I love me some bocce ball.
We've got Ron Hicklin Jr. here. Always very well dressed, Ron Hicklin Jr. Always likes to tweet, let us know what's happening on our broadcasts. Ebonite International, a suburb of Hammer. That's the best way to put it. Actually, I believe Hammer is a suburb of Ebonite.
Oh.
Ebonite is the state, and Hammer is one of the towns within it.
Yeah. Well, how many?
Along with Columbia,
how many towns are in that state? Yeah, Columbia,
Track, and then Ebonite itself. Ebonite is the capital city inside the state of Ebonite. And then you've got the Hammer city, which the people that live in Hammer, that's the place. Those are kind of the cool cats.
Oh.
The Hammer.
What about the track fellas?
Well, the track fellas are kind of your nerds.
Oh.
Well,
that explains why I like track equipment.
All the bowling balls are named after numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it gives you a nice idea of what those balls are going to do.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just for, different strokes for different folks.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Columbia 300 crew is kind of your middle class America crew over there. That's you get your hodgepodge of things over there. And Bugsy Kelly is the mayor of the Columbia town.
Yeah.
Jeff Ussery is over in the Cool Cat area. He's like that governor of New Jersey when all that stuff happened.
Yeah. Oh man, he kept us cool through all that, didn't he?
Yeah, that's Jeff Ussery in the bowling world.
There we go. I did watch a couple of those press conferences about all that.
Yeah. So the state of Ebonite with suburb city of Hammer, sponsor of this event.
Here we are on 47 and 8. John Savory is getting up there on the left lane there. He's got a little string going. Oh, comes it, boy! What's that phrase that we coined yesterday about the stream catcher or the
stream crusher?
Yeah, there we go with that nasty split for John Savory.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have an exciting announcement. We're going to do this announcement in exactly 1 minute, and you definitely want to be a part of this. We're gonna talk about it a little bit here. In 1 minute, we're going to announce the announcement.
Real quick here, Ricky Fontaine, if I'm saying that right, on Twitter, Inside Bowling, wanted to say what's up, y'all. So what's up there, Rick?
Yeah, Ricky Fontaine is George Cohagen III.
Oh.
That's his alias.
Oh, that's his alias. Okay. Well, he's down there bowling and tweeting.
Yeah.
How about that?
Maybe I'll give him a little bounce back, get Get Joe in gear.
Yeah.
We'll give him one of those.
Yeah, he'll understand that perfectly.
Remember, about 30 seconds away from a huge announcement from Hammer. Huge announcement. Jeff Ussery and I have been working this thing out, and we've finally came to a agreement here, but we're going to do something really special for you.
I'm getting excited.
T-minus 15 seconds.
That's a fast 15 seconds.
All right, the time is up. Here we go. Special announcement, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Jeff Ussery, brand manager, in the chat. Personally wants to thank everybody for watching this great event, the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic. We're in game number 2 now, qualifying cut round. And because this great event is sponsored by Hammer, and they have such a great affiliation with the TNBA, Jeff Ussery thought it would be a good idea to give away the new First Blood bowling ball. So we are going to ask a trivia question at noon Eastern time. That's in an hour and a half. Make sure
11 o'clock Central for all of us back home in St. Louis or in the Central area.
Correct.
So 11 o'clock Central, noon Eastern.
We are going to ask a trivia question that Jeff Ussery has sent over to me. It's his favorite trivia question of all time. I'm going to give you, if you want to start studying for this, I suggest you go to
Are we allowed to answer?
No,
I didn't think
we're
so.
not eligible for this. You kidding me?
I'm starting to.
I already have a first blood in my bag.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure this one out. I'm not bowling enough games. I mean, this thing's striking enough. How can it strike more?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
anyway, needless to say, can I stay with this? Can I announce this contest?
By all means.
Thank you. So we're going to announce this contest. Basically, we're going to ask a trivia question at noon Eastern time. And the first person to answer it correctly in the chat is going to take home the all-new Hammer First Blood bowling ball. And I will try to do my best Sylvester Stallone impression, since he was the original First Blood. Rambo First Blood Part 1, or Part 2, I believe it was. But, so yeah, First Blood, awesome ball. It's an orange-colored ball. We've seen some folks use it here this week. And really cool of Jeff Ussery to want to do this. So,
real quick.
Yeah.
Gentleman here in the chat wants to know if that trivia question is open to everybody in the chat, or how. What are the rules and restrictions on that?
Anybody in the chat that answers it correctly. So yeah, that's that. So obviously, it's going to be a great question. I've already got it queued up right here on my phone. I'm just staring at it, and I am taking bribes. If you wanna PayPal me some money, I might be able to give you a hint. But here's the hint. I want to give you a little bit of a hint. If you wanna know what the topic's about, you should head over to pba.com and study the Chuck Pisano media guide. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Chuck Pisano media guide. We are gonna announce that question at noon. Correct?
That is correct. And that is in exactly 87 minutes.
Wow.
87
Good
minutes
math.
trivia question coming up. We're going to give away a Hammer First Blood. Thank you, Jeff Ussery. This is going to be fun.
Tweet coming in here from Tresu, if I'm saying that right. See a lot of splits out there. Yeah, perhaps the shots may be carrying out a little bit. Who knows?
Let's bring in 2 screens at once. Take a gander, a couple of pairs here. Remember, the leaders are to the left of us. They're moving in our direction. So game number 2 right now. Then we'll have 3 more games for you. Then we'll have a little bit of a break. They'll cut to the cashers. And then we'll be back with 4 more games. And then our stepladder final. So it's going to be, blink your eyes, we're going to be done. Blink your eyes, we will be done. Uh-oh, here we go. Now we got people tweeting about this contest. Here we go. I need to tweet about it as well. Fantasy Nut 25. Hashtag Inside Bowling and Hammer Bowling will be giving away a free First Blood on the live stream, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Get on the live feed now.
There you go. Hello, Hammer Orange from the Mile High City over there. That's at Denver, Colorado. We welcome you to the chat. How's the leader doing today? Where did he start? He's got to be down on the left. if they're coming our way. He's pretty far down there. I can't see him.
I do want to make mention on this giving away this ball. It's the first person to answer correctly in the chat, okay? And we have the overall deciding factor on this thing, okay? So if I just want to state out there that if it's the first one that we see on here, because if for some reason there's a timestamp difference with the live stream chat, we don't know. But if there's some sort of bug like that, we have the final say. No ifs, ands, or buts. We'll play no favoritism, and then when you win, we'll give you the info on how you can get this Hammer First Blood sent to you. Okay, but I just want to say that I'm the governor of this contest, and my ruling is final. So we want this to be a good thing, and hats off to Jeff Hussery wanting to do this. So we're really looking forward to giving away this First Blood at noon. Matt, do you want to go to the tournament office and see if you can get this info? Because we're at a point now where we need to really find out how many we're cashing and getting those standings sent over to Brian so we can get the full list from yesterday.
And standing from yesterday.
Yeah, the full list. They're going to say they already sent the standings over, but we need every bowler. And we need a prize list on how many they're cutting to in senior, women, and men. Okay. All right, beautiful. So Mike Flanagan here flying solo with you. Looks like I have a Derwin Petrie sighting on lanes 47 and 48. Getting a look at Ray Schmarsh, Christopher Werner, Danny Guerreri, Terrence Blevins, Michael Malucci, lanes 33 and 34. And over on the right pair here, Darryl Ratliff, Derwin Petrie, Ryan Friend, John Savoy, and Ron Hicklin Jr. on your dual screen here. We'll check in on the 47 and 48 pair on the scoreboard. Possible 226, 219, 248, 229. 202. So scores not too bad on lanes 47 and 48 at this point in time. Take a look at the scoreboard, lanes 33 and 34. 168, 197, 237, 249, and 191. So a little higher scores right now on our right pair, lanes 47 and 48. Competition is very fast moving. Here at the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne. I mean, I've never actually been here for the finals. I've always usually been on my drive home back to St. Louis, which is about 9 hours. And usually I'm on the horn with text messages trying to see who won and results. Normally I have Ed Smaglick or Adam Barta texting me, so it's just going to be a blast to be able to bring you guys the action at home. I'm going to step away for just a second. We'll continue to stay here with the split screen. I'm going to work on a couple of things really quick as we continue to bring you this coverage. I'm Mike Flanagan, InsideBowling.com. I'll be back just a minute or two.
All right, Matt Turek back here with you. We happen to got a prize fund list. They are going to print out the entire field of bowlers for the men, women, and senior and get that to us as soon as possible.
Yeah, Matt, I'm actually back with you too, as well as I was going to step out for just a moment, but
yeah, here we got a good game going here on the same pair.
Lanes 41 and 42 paired up on the Dean Billings pair.
Who's that, Lane? Mr. Lane. He's got the first 10 strikes, I do believe, here. He's you can see him there on the right of the screen in the red shirt. He's getting up on the approach for his second ball in the 10th. Looks like he's playing almost a track there.
Kenneth Lane. Paired up with Adam Ishman, Joe Bailey, Gary Boudra, and Dean Billings.
Ball's out on the lane, comes in high, leaves a 4-pin. Nice run there for Mr. Lane.
Right here on our Sky Cam, so 289 possible score here, Kenneth Lane.
Okay, so prize funds. You want to go over this, or you want to hold off on this, Mike?
I'd like to take a look at this.
Here you go. This is all the important stuff. This is, I don't know if you want that or not.
Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, we'll start in the senior division. They're going to pay 10 spots, ladies and gentlemen. The senior division, they're going to pay 10 spots. And it looks like the first place prize in the senior division is $2,100, $2,100 for first.
That's a nice payday.
$1,050 for second. Then it goes all the way down to $190 for 10th. $7,000 prize fund in the senior division. Heading over to the women's division, they're actually going to cash 14 ladies. So the cut number for the ladies is going to be 14 for the cashers round. Going to pay out almost $9,000, and the winner is going to take home $2,900 today. $2,900. Runner-up will receive $1,450. So we're going to have a match later this afternoon where a head-to-head match bowling for $1,450 in the ladies division. That'll be exciting.
Oh, definitely.
That'll take place around 4 o'clock today. Unofficially, roughly, as we don't know what our schedule looks like today, 100%.
What are we, an hour and a half late yesterday?
3.
3 hours late?
Probably, well, 2, I don't know. It was quite a bit, but doesn't stop us. You know, we can build these dreams together, standing tall together. I think nothing's going to stop us now. Starship song, I believe.
Yeah.
And I believe that song was actually in the movie Mannequin, which a lot of people haven't seen, but that's a great movie.
Yeah, I'm not a big movie guy myself. I've seen just a handful of movies, and that's not one of them.
Well, it's a good one. It's a good one. No doubt about it. It's one you don't want to miss.
Yeah.
Netflix, that one, Mannequin.
Hey, you know what? You got a Netflix subscription at home?
Actually, I have the Blockbuster deal because Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just found the wonders of Netflix. I hope I can say Netflix on the air. That's not a conflict of interest.
No, I don't think there was anything wrong there. As a matter of fact, if someone's listening from Netflix and wants to get involved in bowling, we'd love to have you.
Sure, definitely. But I just can't stop. My Xbox, I watch it on my Xbox. I used to use my Xbox for just video games galore, and now I haven't touched a video game, and all I do is watch Netflix.
And here in the chat, want to know if anybody's using the First Blood. I can tell you that because so many moving parts are happening right here, and it's Matt and Brian and I, we're just trying to keep up with the competition right now. But I will keep my eyes peeled for that as I begin to get guests to shuffle into this booth. They don't like to normally come in real early in the morning, but as we cut everything down, then we will have guests, and it'll be able to help us out with keeping an eye out for that. If you see somebody throwing one down the lane, let us know.
I like this tweet here. This tournament got more splits than Dairy Queen right now. From Keith Trevor. Way to go. That's a good tweet. That's worthy of putting it up there.
And now the prize list in the men's division. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Here we go. They're going to pay 30 spots. 3-0. They're going to pay 30 spots. And first place in the men's division this year, $5,300. Second place, $2,650. So we're going to be having a match for $2,650 a little bit later today. $5,300 first prize here at the 54th Reed-Hawthorne Singles Classic Men's Division, brought to you by Hammer and Corona Extra. And don't forget, go over and check out TNBAstore.com. That's a great website to pick up some TNBA merchandise.
Mr. Link here in the chat room had lost connection for a moment and missed part of the rules and regulations for your ball giveaway here coming up at noon.
Basically, I'm the governor of this thing, and I decide who's going to win in case there's any sort of conflict of interest, and we will make sure that we get the correct winner. It's the first one that we read come across the screen, but in case there's any sort of weird intangibles that are outside of our realm, I will be the ultimate governor on who receives this bowling ball. So it probably won't come to that, but I just want to let everybody know that I am going to choose, and if for some reason you're not happy with my decision on who I thought was first, and who I saw first on my screen, you can take that up with me personally, and certainly do not get upset at the great brand of Hammer, because this is a giveaway that they wanted to do, and we're gonna do that for you at 12 o'clock Eastern time. We are about an hour and 15 minutes away from that great giveaway and trivia question. I know many of you are perusing the PBA website right now, as I've just gotten a text message from Tom Clark. Mike, thanks for all the traffic you just sent over our way in the Chuck Pisano media room, as you're going to be giving away this first blood. Obviously, Tom did not send that, but Tom is obviously someone that watches our broadcast from time to time, and a huge promoter of the game on Twitter. He's got an amazingly good feed as he retweets tons of things bowling related. So if you're not following him, check out Clark PBA, as I like to send the commissioner of the PBA Tour as many followers as possible. The more followers he has, the more contacts he can make, and the more sponsors that could be out there for our great tour, which is the absolute highest echelon of competing at the highest level that we have in our game, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. And as you can see here on the screens, this is the start of the third game of 5 of the cut round block. Bringing you live coverage from Freeway lanes here just outside of Cleveland, Ohio, at the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic Tournament. Had one 300 shot this weekend so far, and it was game number 1 here of this block. It was a nice ball, Mr. Ryan Friend.
Yep.
Great ball, great bowling.
Ryan Friend, and we've got a very powerful tweet. This might have been the most powerful tweet that we've had in the history of Inside Bowling in our short history. And it comes from Bowl Hammer. That is the Hammer actual Twitter feed. Check them out, hashtag Bowl Hammer. Great live feed on Inside Bowling today with the TNBA tournament, and a chance to win a free first blood at 12 Eastern time. Hashtag Inside Bowling. Thank you so much, Bowl Hammer. And I just want to mention, too, when we're talking about this great Hammer brand, they've also, if you bowl, and you bowl, like, let's say more on like a drier condition, or you bowl on a house pattern, maybe in a wood house, where the bowling center is not putting out the milliliters of oil that you think they should put out, and you're struggling with just your equipment hooking too much, Hammer has an incredible product out there right now called the Hammer Arson Low Flare. And correct me if I'm mentioning this wrong, Jeff in the chat. Jeff Ussery, brand manager, joining us in the chat room right now, giving away this first blood in about an hour and 10 minutes. But this low flare ball was actually designed for the players on tour, like for cheetah pattern, the higher rev dominant players. But that ball is having so much success throughout the United States. It's a great piece, and I know a lot of bowlers are having a lot of success with that particular ball. So that's just one. That's like just a little diamond in the rough out there. If you haven't heard of this ball, it's a great ball to pick up. I could see that ball becoming as successful as maybe like a game breaker, as we saw it come from Ebonite.
That's a great ball.
So that Hammer Low Arson Flare, you want to check that ball out. Get on hammerbowling.com. You can read about the ball. They have ball review videos on YouTube, and you can see what some of the players in that are saying about that ball. As that's kind of a little sleeper pick. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm just going to give you that little teaser. You can go check it out. You can get in touch with your local Hammer rep, or amateur staffer or a professional staffer, and they can answer more questions about that product. But I just know, and I've seen that ball have a lot of success. And of course, they got the new First Blood, which obviously that's the high-end ball. And I know Shanna Plahowski was wrecking them with that ball. I saw her using it. I don't even remember where it was, but I remember she was running over the rack. And and I've seen a lot of people have success with that. Oh, and Scott Norton. How do I forget Scott Norton? He won on television using the First Blood. So great stuff being made by Hammer, and we're going to be giving away the bowling ball, the First Blood here in about a little over an hour. So thanks, Jeff Ussery, for that. Continuing on, we are looking at 6 lanes right in front of us, trying to get a chance to see who they are. Looks like we had a request in the chat, wanted to know how Farrell Williams was doing. Farrell Williams is now in front of us. He's coming through these lanes. He'll be on your left pair. And I told you the leaders were going to come to us. And the cream always rises to the top, Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
The cream. The cream, Mike Flanagan, as Randy Macho Man Savage would say. There's a great YouTube video out there also of Randy Macho Man Savage with a couple of really small creamers. It's a classic interview.
Where does he get all them from?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, he walks around with his hands up. He's got his little wristbands on, and he pulls out about 3 or 4 of them, man.
Little creamers.
Yeah, little tiny old school creamers.
And he's telling Mean Gene that the cream always rises to the top.
As he pulls them up, dude. That's a funny
creamers.
video.
Yeah,
you guys should definitely check that out.
But, yeah, lanes 37 and 38, we've got Anthony Leone, Matthew Weatherly, Farrell Williams, Mario Fastighi, and Andre Parker. Dre Parker went to Lindenwood University. A little bit of a relationship with him, as I know Dre, as he throws a strike. Over on lanes 39 and 40, it's the pair that we just saw a little bit ago, Michael Malucci, Terrence Blevins, Danny Guerreri, Christopher Werner, and Race Marsh. And then on our lanes 41 and 42 that you see off to the right, Joseph Trimper, Kevin Sivtak, Mark Clark, Chris Leduc, and Ken Lowe Jr. First look at Mark Clark, great amateur megabuck bowler. He'll be coming over to that pair.
Got a tweet coming in. Fantasy Nut 25 says, "Are you sure Shannon wasn't throwing the jigsaw?" Yeah, I'm not entirely sure myself, so we'll have to see if we can figure that out. Oh, okay. So I'm understanding now that that's a joke. Fooled me there.
Bowling fans, obviously we get the best guests in the business, and we've got our first guest just joining us now here in the booth. From the TNBA, he's the vice president. DeJuan Clark joins us now, and he's a bit of a historian of the TNBA as he sent us over some documents and some files yesterday. And I got a chance to open them up and start to take a look at them finally last night as we've had a very busy weekend. But welcome to the booth, DeJuan Clark. How are you?
Great, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Oh, absolutely. You're welcome anytime. We're just bringing the Bowlers game number 3 now here at the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic here in Cleveland, Ohio. And DeJuan, we've seen you walking around this establishment the last couple of days. You've been watching the action and being part of this thing. What's your overall thoughts on the tournament thus far?
Well, this is my first time out to the Reed-Hawthorne, and I've heard an awful lot about the tournament, and it's very impressive, and I'm just excited to be here to be part of it. The tournament itself is a long, rich history within the organization, and like I said, it's just great to have the opportunity to come out this time and witness it firsthand. This is the 54th annual, and the tournament itself, I'll just give you a little history on it. The tournament itself was named after 2 memorable members of the organization. J. Elmer Reed, who was one of the founders of the National Bowling Association back in 1939, and he put this tournament together 54 years ago, sponsored by Brunswick, and then it was slowly changed out the sponsors to the likes of Bacardi, Canadian Club, and now we have as a current sponsor both Hammer and
Corona.
Corona as the
Corona Extra, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
A little bit later on in the finals, I think we're going to actually fill the entire booth with Coronas up here. we're gonna support the sponsor a little bit later. It's going to be our victory lap, so to speak.
Okay.
Sounds like a great idea, Mike.
And speaking of Hammer, too, you know, what a great brand. Jeff Usry, the brand manager, is actually in the chat right now. He's actually in chatting with us, and we're giving away a bowling ball in 1 hour and 7 minutes. We're going to ask a trivia question, and we're going to give away that new First Blood.
Jeff is a wonderful guy. He's been a great asset to the organization, and we appreciate Hammer and their sponsorship for the National Bowling Association.
Real quick here to answer a question from Kayla. on Twitter. She wants to know if we could show any of the women right now. Unfortunately, due to the lane assignments, we won't have any women's coverage of this first 5-game cut round block. We will pick up the women here in the semifinals and finals, so you guys will get to see the excitement on the women's pair here shortly once the 5 games are done here bowling. Back to you, Mike.
Okay. A little more on the, again, the history of the organization itself. As I mentioned, J. Elmer Reed, he was one of the founders back in 1939. The organization itself was due out of the response of the clause that was in the American Bowling Congress at the time, which said that non-Caucasians could not participate as members. So
yeah, you know, I can't even imagine what that was like. Like, I don't even know what that kind of life is like. You know, like, I know life is supposed to be like a box of chocolates, but that does not seem like, you know, it's going to be a very good life back then. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. So, obviously, others did love to participate in this wonderful sport, and so they took it upon themselves to get organized. They had little factions of organized 10-pin bowlers in various areas in the Midwest, and it turned out that they wanted to assemble them all together for a big major event. And in 1938, they had a big major come together of all the different factions that were participating that were not part of the ABC group. That were predominantly African Americans. And after that big, wonderful tournament, they decided to get together and look into the formation of a national organization to assemble them together so that they could have the benefits of 10 pins. Again, because they were excluded from the other organizations. So after in 1939 founding the organization, they went and had great success and started a path to turning the heads of those that were participating in ABC, and even went and got acts of Congress to have them look into the specifics of opening up the membership from ABC and WIBC. And in 1950, they finally won their battle, and the clause that said non-Caucasians could not be members in both the ABC and WIBC was removed. TNBA decided to stay on, and we still host our tournaments and conventions, and we're more than 25,000 members strong, and consider ourselves a very viable force in the bowling world.
Yeah, 25,000 members, that's a lot of members.
Yeah, and to see the support that you guys have gotten also, obviously you guys don't discriminate whatsoever. We see all different shapes and sizes. I think I actually saw somebody that was green bowling in the tournament a couple years ago. So obviously none of that stuff going on anymore, and the TNBA has always been open. And a great organization. I bowled this tournament the last 5 years. It's a little bittersweet sitting here in the booth, actually. But, you know, the whole staff, too, are just fantastic people. And when you come here, I said yesterday on the broadcast that maybe for some reason you don't bowl this tournament because you disagree with something, or maybe something happened in the past that you don't like. But I'm going to tell you something right now. If you come and bowl this tournament, it's almost like going to like a therapist, because you come out of it feeling like $1 million because everybody's so nice and they treat you so well.
I'm was really surprised. This whole building, everybody in the building, TNBA included, the staff here at Freeway Lanes, they're just so super nice.
Yeah, the hosts were wonderful here. I really appreciate seeing and working with the people here. It's been an experience, wonderful experience. Okay. Let's see here. It's kind of nice. I'm looking at some of, I was involved in youth programs in the Southern California area for many, many years, and I'm looking at several of my former youth bowlers participating right now.
Isn't that neat to see that?
Absolutely.
See that happen? I mean, I'm older than I look, and I used to bowl juniors. Been bowling for about 15 years myself, and then and I remember when I was just finishing juniors, and all the junior bowlers that were just getting started, you know, back in the program, and then now that I'm an adult, and then those juniors that I remember watching come up are now bowling in adult leagues.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
And that's the way to do it, in my opinion. We got to get the junior bowlers going. You know, that's going to save our sport here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've been a big component of the junior programs for many years. I was a youth director for the Greater LA Junior All-Stars, which was touted as one of the nation's top youth bowling programs and produce more professionals than any group in the world. I'm looking at one of our former members, Farrell Williams, and I'm looking at Charles Elias over in the other lanes that came from out of our program, and we have many. I heard you talking earlier about Randy Peterson. Me and Randy Peterson bowled together in that same league.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Mark Baker, way back in the day.
Great coach, Mark Baker.
Absolutely.
He's got a book out right now called The Game Changer.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that book. I'm actually looking for some copies to work as promotional items.
Hey guys, we're here. We're up in the booth right now, and you see him in the TNBA jersey. Great looking jersey there as well. We're here with DeJuan Clark joining us here. He's educating us a little bit about the TNBA and where it came from, and just kind of how the TNBA works. And he's been around all weekend, and had a pleasure meeting him here. You've given me actually these great promotional brochures right here.
I know that inside there's a few upcoming events. If you guys would like to go over that,
the present and the future.
Yes.
And when you go in here, it's a nice color pamphlet. Everybody, you can take a look at this here. It's pretty cool. We like it. We've got it up here in the booth, but you know, it talks about August 20th, 1939 being a very big day for you guys as you were founded. So as you were mentioning and talking about, and prior to 1993, you know, 1939, African Americans were limited to working as pin boys and porters at most bowling lanes.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's like I said earlier, I just can't fathom that being a barrier. You know, and thank goodness that's been taken down with the effort of some great people that we've had in American history. So the TNBA is just a great organization, and of course you got your junior program too, the scholarship program. You help the youth, and then you have your big national tournament every year as well.
Absolutely.
And a different host city every year. Yeah,
and I personally am a product of the youth program. One of the things that's also included in the TNBA is what's called the Junior Council Program. And in 1977, I happened to be one of the founding members of that program, invited from all over the country to come to the convention as a youth to experience the business-making sessions of TNBA at an early age. And literally going to the convention back in Detroit in 1977 was one of the turning points in my life that got me inspired and involved in the administrative side of bowling. It allowed me to meet with a lot of people. I actually met in 1977 with J. Elmer Reed, who this tournament is named after. So it was an experience sitting down and talking with him for about an hour with all the other youth at the time. And the leadership program went full circle now that I went from being one of the leaders in the program. I then came back, and now I'm the vice president. So it's showing the success of the program.
That's a great story there.
You're the Joe Biden of the TNBA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe Biden joins us in the booth, ladies and gentlemen. As I've got good news, everyone that's been waiting on scores.
People have been asking here for a while now.
All right, I've got a hard copy in my hand. So we'll start in the senior division. And in the senior division, through game number 1, I have an update through game number 1. Casey King, or actually total pin. Yeah,
that's game number 1.
Let me take a look, see what I got.
Hold on, we got more.
Got more stuff here now. Second game of the seniors. First game. Okay, perfect. All right, now I've got it. Now I'm up to speed. I've been given a bunch of different things here, but here we go. All right, senior men's division through 2 games. Leroy Johnson sits up top right now. Leroy Johnson is in the lead. I don't know if that's right. Is that a typo right there?
That's got to be a typo.
Norm Cave has the lead at 21-42. That's through 12 games. Is that right?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
It sounds a little low.
Yeah, it sounds a little low.
No. It's senior, so you're doing 8 games yesterday. Then this is 10 games, so that's game 10.
Yes, excellent. Yes, we're dialing this thing in.
Yeah, I'm waking up. It's early still, but I'm waking up over here.
So Norm Cave has the lead right now. He's plus 142. Ted Hannes is plus 129 in second. Larry Strell is third at plus 72. Bob Marable from back home,
Hey,
St.
you
Louis.
know, I wanted to say hi to him last night. I didn't get a chance to. So hopefully, maybe we get him in the booth today.
Bob Marable is 77 over today through 2 games. Bob Marable sits 4th right now at 63 over. Congratulations to Bob.
Yeah, nice.
Really happy to hear that. Marty Rigby, he was the tournament director of this tournament for some time before Daryl has taken over. He is 30 over in 5th place.
And he wanted to go back and bowl, so
yeah.
Looks like he's successful.
What qualifies the senior division there? 55 and older?
Yes, 55.
55 and older there, Mr. Griff.
And then
coming from the chat.
In the women's division here now, through one game only. We have game standings through game 1. Jasmine Coleman sits at 284 over. Tracy Petrucia at 232 over, sits 2nd, followed by Jody Sabalakis, Latisse Baker, Arnita Yarborough, Jennifer Higgins, Sarah Littoral, Jennifer Maples, Angie Reed, Erlene Banks round out your top 10. And we said we were going to be cashing how many ladies, Matt?
It's 12, I believe.
No, it's a little more than that. 14 ladies.
Okay.
Right now, that's Robin Orlikowski at plus 66. And there are, all the way down to 35th place, you are within 100 pins of that with 4 games of reporting to go. So that's the women's division. And then over in the men's division, Bobby Hall continues to lead. He bowled 225 the first game. He sits at 473 over. 431 over. Zeke Bate shot 269 the first game.
Go Zeke.
226 over. Adam Barta, he opened with 229. Ira Darden opened with 254. Sits at 363 over. Ira Darden. Eric Trailer opened with 257. He sits 5th. Eric Hornick drops down to 6th with shooting 174. Other notable big games, Dwayne Stewart shot 268. Vernon Peterson, 236. John Heath, 246. Ed Smaglick, last year's runner-up, 226. He sits 17th right now. And Joseph Trimper shoots 267. Ray Smarsh, 258. These are all first-game scores that I'm going over. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of where we're at score-wise.
You got a question in the chat before you put that paper away. They were asking where Yvetta Ford is sitting in the women's division.
Yvetta Ford is in 13th right now. She bowled a 176 her first game.
Okay, there you go, Lefty Ward, no problem.
A lot of moving parts up here. A lot of moving parts for sure. We're talking with DeJuan Clark, Vice President, TNBA. Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek on the call. Game number 3 underway. Game number 3 at the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic.
Yeah, we got first game. I know they're in game number 3 right now, finishing up 3. So.
What do you got going on there, Matt?
He was just making sure that we got game 1 results. He said he was trying to get it to us as fast as possible, and said he was going to get us game 3 here coming up. I just wanted to remind him that we needed game 2 also, and so they're going to get that to us as quickly as possible. That was Spider, correct? That's his nickname.
Yes.
Yeah, he's been a great help this weekend.
Daryl Spider Houston.
Houston, we have a problem. I'm writing stuff down incorrectly here.
Okay. One of the things that I want to bring up is that this tournament is one of our 5 classic tournaments, as we call them, which is the ones that bring out the top scratch bowlers. This one, Reed-Hawthorne, is one of the more notable and longest running ones.
Yeah, I did notice there's a large field from all over the country.
Yeah. In addition to the Reed-Hawthorne Classic, which we assemble bowlers from anywhere in the country, we also have 4 regional scratch events called the Bill Rotman Singles Classics. And it's named after another one of our formidable members of the National Bowling Association, Bill Rotman. He was the very first African-American to roll a 300 game, and he was very notable by being one of the first members to bowl on an all-African-American team that participated in ABC back in 1950.
Oh, there you go.
And he had many notable records in bowling. His bowling game and his life was cut short. Even at the height of his career, he had both of his legs amputated after having had a composite average of over 207 pins for his lifetime. And back in the day, that's considered...
That's like averaging 250 these days.
Close, yeah, absolutely. he was a phenomenal...
And that's a tragedy.
Yeah, and he, in a wheelchair, sat and coached many youth bowlers prior to his death in 1960.
Good. At least he kept in the game there.
Absolutely. So the tournament was named after Bill Rodman, and again, there's 4 of them. The very first one will be in March 2nd and 3rd in Las Vegas, the Western Regional Bill Rodman. The second one will be on March 9th and 10th in the East and in New Jersey. And that'll be the Eastern Bill Rodman Classic. And then the third one will be the Southern Rodman, and then the fourth will be the Central Rodman, and that'll be in Detroit.
Okay.
The winners of each of those Rodman Classics are invited to come to the National Championship Tournament, and they have a special roll-off for the Bill Rodman winners at the national level for all the regionals. And so we usually have a packed crowd similar to this, rooting on the different regional winners. Each of the bowlers are representing different regions, and they're rooting for their particular regional winner to win the Rodman. And then, so it's a real action-packed finish that they have at the championship tournament in May.
Special guest DeJuan Clark joining Matt Turek and myself. I'm Mike Flanagan from InsideBowling.com. We're working on bringing you the updated standings. We're in game number 3 right now, about the 8th frame here. We're checking in on lanes 33 and 34. You see John Heath, but we want to get caught up in the chat here a little bit. Bolin Mo says, I'm glad you're doing the TNBA tournament. It's about some time we get some light. Thank you, fellows, because it's not a big megabuck tournament or a PBA senior tournament. So thank you again for broadcasting the tournament. Also here in the chat, we've got some folks wanting to know whether or not Inside Bowling is going to do the Rodman tournaments, and our partnership has begun here at the Reed-Hawthorne. And as far as broadcasting the Rodman tournaments, we would be more than happy to take a look at that and see if it's if it would fit into our schedule and if the TNBA has it in the budget. But it is something that we would much so like to do and continue our relationship with the TNBA. So thank you for asking and showing your appreciation and your interest in live streaming of the TNBA events.
I can tell you from the cabinet's perspective, we definitely would like to entertain and look into the possibilities of making that happen. It's definitely a big benefit by having you guys doing the live streaming. It's giving a lot of exposure to the sport of bowling and to the National Bowling Association specifically. And we enjoy to have a long and continued relationship.
And also here in the chat, they're talking a little bit about how late we got out of here last night and how long it took to actually have the tournament go on. And that's something that's going to be visited. Anytime you put together some sort of large event, there's a lot of, you let some time pass and you have a team meeting and you go over the things that worked well and some things that didn't. And I guarantee you that this group here is going to work hard at correcting some of the things that come up from time to time, just like with any tournament. I had an Inside Bowling tournament last year, and the guy that was oiling the lanes put down the wrong pattern on 15 of the lanes and got us an hour and a half behind. So things do happen, and we've had snow here. We've had snow in the forecast, and want to make sure the bowlers can bowl. You make the trip all the way in, it's tough to get here. I mean,
that's the lake effect snow, isn't it? From anybody up here from the Cleveland area that knows that lake effect snow off Lake Erie there can really, it just comes down and comes down and it comes down almost day after day. It's something that certain people that live in other parts of the country don't really get to deal with.
I saw the second snowflake of my life less than a year ago here in Cleveland. So yeah.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Once the temperature's warm on the ground and the air is cold, man, you're gonna get that lake effect snow. Travels eastward with the wind, right over Cleveland and the surrounding suburbs. So I'm sure they're used to it for the people that live out here.
Also, if you refresh your screen, there's a new graphic that's been created up above the chat or the actual live broadcast. If you refresh, you'll have to restart and hit the play button again, but we promise not to talk about anything too interesting while you do that. But we have a new graphic up made by Brian Burkhart describing the contest that we're going to have here in just a little bit, and it looks like I gave Brian the wrong information. He had me look at it, and I've got the wrong information.
got a tweet coming in here from 866 out of New York City. This live stream of the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne is amazing. Great variety of bowlers and shots. So there's a nice shout out for the TNBA.
Brian, I was raving about a bowling ball that I like, and I put it in your head, but we're giving away a first blood. We're giving away the first blood.
Oh, so, and he wrote an
And you want to know the funny thing is he walked over and showed it to me to make sure everything looked good.
Yeah, and you gave him a thumbs up.
I gave him a thumbs up, which pretty much proves that I wasn't paying much attention as I was still just dialed into the broadcast. So you're actually going to be able to win a first blood. But, hey, you know, Brian is a marketing genius, and to get us to sit here and actually talk about this contest more is really what he was looking for us to do.
Right, and that's good. What's really amazing is that he did that in a matter of 10 minutes.
Yeah, not even. I mean,
it didn't
even take that long.
Yeah, we didn't even say anything. He just did it.
Yeah, and here's what's cool, too, is I actually believe that Brian had the first blood on the one that he showed me, but he knew that I wasn't looking. So he just thought, you know what, I'm going to show this guy up on the air right now. So actually, it's the Hammer Arson low flare is a great ball, but we're gonna give away the first blood. It's the higher end ball, and we'll get that graphic updated. As poor Brian, we have a team meeting as well after the tournament, and basically I'm going to be out of a job. I'm going to be out of a job.
All right, guys. Well, you're watching continuing coverage of the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic here at Freeway Lanes. They are wrapping up game number 3 of 5 here of the cut round. The seniors, the women and the men are bowling 5-game blocks. This is game number 3, start game number 4. The seniors bowl 4 games. And they are also in the 3rd, so they got one more game to go. That's when the cuts are going to start taking place. I have all that written down here. About all the different cuts.
We've been joined by Dewan Clark here on the broadcast, and he's got some duties that he needs to attend to and get out on assignment out in the field. We wanted to just take a minute to thank you for coming by, and thank you for the opportunity for letting us come here and be part of this event, Dewan.
Well, I greatly appreciate the opportunity. Like I said, we enjoyed this relationship that we just created here with Inside Bowling, and I'm hoping that we can continue it.
Yeah, we will.
Great.
Yeah, I enjoyed this whole tournament. So,
okay,
yeah, we've been having a great time.
Thank you all.
All right, thanks for staying with us.
All right.
That's Dewan Clark, special guest, joining us, Vice President of the TNBA. We call him the Joe Biden of the TNBA right now, and he's jetting out. He's got some stuff to do, having a great time, and we'll go back to the action. We'll head out to the jib cam here. We call it Sky Cam. Lanes 37 through 42. Get a look at the freak of nature, Farrell Williams. Once again, Farrell Williams be up lanes 37 and 38. Throws a lot of shrapnel at that 10-pin, I can tell you that. How crazy was that? You know, we're up here moving all that stuff around. Brian shows me the graphic, and and I don't even look at it. I mean, that is poor leadership ability here. To
answer a quick question in the chat, the women are in game 3. Everybody's pretty pretty on pace. In fact, I think everybody in the center is all on the same game. How about that? That's rare to find that, especially with people here. A lot of the games in front of us are all in the 10th frame, so everybody's on pace. They're all into game number 3, women and seniors included. The men and the women have 2 more games to bowl after this. The seniors just one before the cut happens.
Another very exciting statistic there. Matt, how many viewers do we have?
I can't see off of this. 205. That's a record for the weekend.
205 viewers right now. We thank you for joining us. It's going to be better even this afternoon. We're going to try to get this thing up to 1,000.
Whew.
See if we can get there.
That would be awesome.
Got a question here about wanting to see the leaders. We've actually strategically set everything up today to where the leaders will be coming to us. So you'll get to see them later in the block, as we figured a lot of people may want to sleep in after last night's late coverage. So we'll bring the leaders to you later in this block. But they are on their way, I can tell you that. They're coming in a hurry. That is so funny. I really hyped that Arson low flare. But I'm serious, that ball looks amazing for higher rev dominant players. And we were making fun of my 13 miles per hour ball speed last night on the broadcast. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah. I didn't mean to really say all that to you there, Mike.
No, it's okay. I understand. Matt Turek here is on it. He's basically assured me that I don't need to come to any more live streaming events.
I wouldn't go that far now, Mike. I'm just trying to keep up here with the text at the bottom. And,
I certainly can't be in charge of graphics. There's no doubt about it.
Brian's nodding his head over there.
I'm certainly not in charge of in graphics.
To answer a question in the chat, we've had one 300. It was the first game of this block. It was a nice ball too. What?
Ryan Friend.
Ryan Friend. It was an excellent game. It was shot on one of our featured pairs, 41 and 42. So
we interviewed him also.
Yeah, we did do a quick interview afterwards. So once we get this up on YouTube here in a few days, you'll be able to go back and watch the cut round video, and it should be the first game on there. So
Farrell Williams, possible 180 score. That's the first strike in a 10th. He's playing extremely deep now. You see him on your screen. He can shoot 180. Farrell Williams struggling a bit here this game. Let's take a look at the great style of Farrell Williams.
Oh, nice ball.
You got to be good at playing charades up here in the booth. You do. You just have to be good at charades up here in the booth.
Yeah, trying to communicate with each other. As most friends communicate without saying anything.
Andre Parker hanging out with us in the booth. What's going on, man?
How you doing?
You're going to which pair? 43 and 4? It's not a bad pair. 41 and 2 is great.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's not bad. Dre wants to carry better. He does not like lanes 37 and 38. So action kind of light here. We'll head over to 47 and 48. 205, 236. Oh, my God, we missed the 300.
Where?
Right
we
here.
We did miss the 300.
We missed 300 down there.
On 47 and 8?
Yeah. That's because, and if I'd had the graphic right the first time, Brian would have been on it. So it's totally my fault.
Man.
My wife saw it.
No. Dean was that you, Dean?
That was me.
Dean Billings, 3 bills.
Yeah.
We were working on a graphic up here, and yeah, Dean Billings 300 just came up here.
Yeah, we can get him back in here for a
We
quick
missed
interview.
it completely. No, he's going to the other end now.
Oh, that's a long walk.
So shame on us. Dean Billings 300 on a feature pair.
Congratulations, Dean.
We didn't cover it. If anybody in the chat lives nearby and wants to come up and help monitor these lanes for us, we'd be more than happy to have volunteers.
You got that right.
Well,
this place
congratulations
is so
to Dean.
big.
He's a great guy. I love Dean Billings. That just came up and bit us right there. Well, we've only had one, so we haven't really been on the lookout. But and that is the furthest pair away in all fairness.
Yeah, and then with these scoreboard monitors only showing 5 frames at a time, it's hard. Once they get at the end of the game, it's hard to see if that's a full string or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to go check on something and just make sure that I hit the button, but I want to make sure that those things are recording.
All right, well, Matt Turek here with you with continuing coverage. Coming up, starting game 4 here. Some of them have started. A couple of them are up in the 10th and the 3rd game still. You're watching continuing coverage here of the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Classic Tournament here at Freeway Lanes, just outside of Cleveland, Ohio. It's a great bowling center, great friendly staff, great tournament coordinators. It's just an all-around great weekend. As I look to my left here, a few pairs down, about 5 or 6 pairs down, I can see some of the leaders. They're creeping our way, so hopefully by Game 5 they'll be down here on our feature pair. You guys will be able to watch the good bowlers try and compete that last game to move around, make sure they get to the semifinals. That sure will be exciting. Yeah, and if you guys want to interact here with us up at the booth, you can go ahead and log into the chat and chat live with myself or Mike Flanagan. Or you can send a shout out on Twitter. Here we go, actually one right now from Link7298. It just signed up for Twitter, and my first tweet ever is to go to Inside Bowling. Well, thank you, Link, there. That's great. It's up on your screen there. First tweet ever for this gentleman. Brought to you by brought to you on Inside Bowling. Isn't that great? Any word from the chat? Any word on the lefty scoring pace? Here's the thing: we have scores from Game 1 of this block. We do not have any more, and since I am new to this scene, I am not familiar with all of the bowlers. Therefore, I do not know who is left-handed and who is right-handed. So Mike stepped out here for a minute. Once he gets back, I'm sure he'll be able to really help clarify who's left and right-handed, and then we'll get that information to you as quickly as possible there. Okay, well, here we go. GG3, let's see how G-Cube's doing here. That's a good point. Thanks, chat. Really helping me out here. Joe Temper, left-hander, he finished actually after Game 1 in 21st place. Looks like he shot 267 that first game, so nice game there for Joseph Temper, left-hander. George Gohagen, trying to find him on the list here. And I don't see him on the first page. That's not too good. George Gohagen is sitting 81st after the first game. He started out today's block with a 195, so he dropped 5 pins off of his fairly nice set yesterday. To get to the semifinals and the money, we've had several different predictions. Mike Flanagan predicts plus 419 to get to that cut, and then.
Now I just want to make mention that 419 was predicted way early
yeah,
in the day.
at the beginning of the
this
at the beginning of the
like
tournament.
My prediction today, if I was to re-predict a cut score, so I just want to make that known.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everybody will be like, "Yeah, Mike Flanagan thinks it's going to take 419 today," you know. And so yeah, just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So so there's that. Jeremy Thomas, yeah, I'll look him up here again. These are game total, or these are places after game number 1 of this block, and they are in game number 4 now. So we're just waiting for more updates from the tournament office about at least game number 2. So let's see here, Jeremy Thomas. Let's take a look. Jeremy Thomas was in 15th place after the first game. He shot 194, dropped 6 pins after that first game of this block. This is a 5-game block to get to the cut. And Mr. Griff here wants to know top 24. Are you wanting to know everybody in the top 24 there? Or you just want to know who's in 24th or any of the left-handers? See, Mr. Griffin was asking about all the lefties. I was hoping maybe you could help me figure out who was left-handed and who was right-handed. It's really hard for me to tell. I don't really know the bowlers very well yet in the center of this tournament.
Where's my sheet that shows all the payouts?
Payout sheet?
Don, they're paying 30 spots, so the top 24, I know you're asking for 24, but they're cashing 30 in the men's division. Cashing 10 in the senior division and 14 in the women's division.
Yeah, John Reed is actually in 24th place. He started the block out today with a 206, so that's a little bit of an improvement, 6-pin improvement. Again, this is all after game number 1 of this block. This is old information, but we're just trying to get as much as we can to you. Hopefully the tournament office is down there listening to us, printing out some updated standings as we speak.
I don't know if Ira Darden is left-handed or right-handed. Maybe somebody in the chat may know. But Bobby Hall is right-handed. Bate is right-handed. Barta is right-handed. Trailer is right-handed. I don't know about Cornog. Brian Wallachek is right-handed. Dan Higgins is right-handed. Ted Pritz is right-handed. Jim Wolcott's right-handed. So, yeah, Don, that's probably a pretty good catch. I don't really see many lefties up here unless there's just a couple names that I'm just not familiar with their games. But we'll keep an eye on that, and if I see some tidbits on that, I'll bring that to you. And
here we go. We got a tweet in here. More questions about the ball giveaway. I'm going to post it up on the screen, and then Mike can go ahead and clarify again what the restrictions and things are about that ball raffle coming up here at noon. Or ball giveaway, actually. It's a trivia question.
In exactly 28 minutes, I'm going to be asking a trivia question. It's got about 3 parts to it, actually. It's not just a simple one. It's not like, you know, guess how many marbles are in the jar. It's a complex trivia question. We're going to move you to some action. We have no action here. Head over to
there we go.
47-48.
There we go.
But this trivia question, I'm going to look at it again because I got it right here on my phone, but I can't give it out quite yet. This trivia question is a really good question. It's coming from Jeff Ussery, and there's one particular part of the question, then it has 2 more parts. And pretty good question. We're gonna have to really monitor that chat because it's gonna be coming through the chat. We're gonna have to keep an eye on all these guesses.
Yeah, and there was a question here whether or not that was a TNBA question or a generic bowling. I answered with a generic bowling question. That is true, right?
Well, I gave a hint that you should head over to pba.com and go in the Chuck Pisano media room, and that'll help you find some answers to this question.
Okay, well, there you go.
Getting caught up here on some of our social media. Game number 4 coming up. Mike Flanagan on the call here. Matt Turek, Brian Burkhart working hard as well, giving away that Hammer First Blood it is. We hyped the arson. We talked about the arson, gave it a little extra love too. Hammer, a great sponsor of this event, along with Corona and TNBAstore.com. The First Blood. Yo, Adrian, I did it. Oh, that's the wrong Sylvester Stallone movie. Sorry about that. It's I'm trying to figure out what hour of coverage we're on. Brian, let's see if I can figure this out. Yesterday, we're gonna go with 7:30 till 1:30. So that's 5, 6 plus 12, 18 hours yesterday. Yep, 18 yesterday. 18 hours of bowling coverage. I had a couple of guys come up to me this morning. You guys I've never met, shaking our hands. Hey, how's it going, guys? How do you talk that long without running out of things to say? Well, let's just say I talk too much, personally, and we get great guests to like to talk to. So 18 hours yesterday. We got started today at, got to look at the right clock here, 9 a.m. So 2.5 hours in. We're in our 20th hour of coverage. 20th hour of coverage of the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne. Hammer Orange says somebody needs to go get us some Starbucks. You know what I want, actually? This is what I would love to have next year. If anybody's listening or you want to write to the tournament office. Dear TNBA, I loved live streaming your event at the Reed-Hawthorne this year in Cleveland. If you want to make my day a little bit brighter on both Saturday and Sunday, I would like for you to bring out a portable hibachi grill with my own personal cook. And I would like to have that set up behind the live stream booth. And I would like to be able to have steak and chicken with fried rice. The salad, but I'd like to substitute ranch dressing instead of the ginger. Sorry, I just prefer that. And all the steamed veggies. And my sherbet dessert. So that's my request, hibachi grill at the live streaming event here. And you could use it as a revenue generator as well, because I'm sure when everyone would watch my food being prepared, that everybody else would want some also. We could maybe raise some money for the tournament. I'd like to send a shout out here to CDill62180. Thanks for the stream, Inside Bowling, and we thank you for watching. The stream would be nothing if nobody was watching. It would be like almost sitting in the park broadcasting birds flying around with nobody there watching or listening to your commentary. Watching lanes 47 and 48. Vernon Peterson stopping by, seeing how we're doing here. Thanks for tagging me. Thanks for tagging me. Yeah, appreciate you. Vernon Peterson hanging in there. What's that? Yeah, he's just goofing off, does what he does best, he says. Vernon Peterson, Team USA. Vernon Peterson, as I like to call him. Lanes 47 and 48 here. I've found my pairing sheet and a little more in business here. As we're looking at Kevin Sivtak paired up with Chris Leduc, Kenny Lowe Jr., and Joseph Trimper, along with Kevin Sivtak here, throwing in a 10-pin on lane 48. Underway, third frame. Kevin opened with a double. Now he's trying to 9 spare it up here. Also, as the leaders start to move into our range, you know, don't forget we've got this lanes 33 and 34 where we see Ted Pritz. Dial back my lane assignment sheet here, a couple of pairs, and let you know who Ted's bowling with. Ted Pritz is paired up with Brian Wallachek from Saginaw State University, Saginaw Valley. John Boyd III, Ira Darden, and Eric Traylor. So we'll stay here as the leaders begin to move into our spectrum here. Also on Skycam here in front of us. I'll switch over to that in just a few, give you a preview. John Heath, Farrell Williams, Ed Smaglick, Vernon Peterson on Skycam. So I will be bringing you those pairs as well. Early underway, game number 4. Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic here in Cleveland. Don't forget, everybody, in about 20 minutes, we're going to give away a Hammer First Blood. That's right, a Hammer First Blood bowling ball here on the live broadcast. We're happy you're here with us. 20 minutes before the noon hour on the East Coast. And we hope you've enjoyed our coverage thus far, as we do try to be real with you and give you a little behind-the-scenes look as well most of the time of what's going on here in the booth, as we tend to talk out loud to each other to keep ourselves sane and the moving parts that are happening here in the booth. If you are interested in getting involved with what we do, there are several ways that you can get involved with Inside Bowling. One thing you can do, which is very simple, is to register for a free account and then contribute in our forum from time to time, or just visit our website to help with our site traffic. We have very good numbers for what we are and how long we've been around, but they could be better. And when we go to potential sponsors for tournaments, what's that, Vernon? Shout out to Virginia from Vernon Peterson. It says, take notes, Virginia. And we'll, at this point in time, since Vernon wants some attention, we'll go over to Skycam and we'll stay there. But what you can do to support us, you can get in the forum, and you can participate in the forum, and you can help drive our traffic. So when we go to potential sponsors, that we can attract more sponsorship dollars for these great bowlers to bowl for when you watch our broadcast. Another way you can get involved is to make sure that you like us on Facebook, on our fan page. Become our friend on our personal page, Inside Bowling. Tweet to us with hashtag Inside Bowling and follow us on Twitter. As a matter of fact, we've got Sneaker Guru 13 checking in from Maryland. Are you guys going to live stream the TNBA Rodman in Jersey March 9th and 10th? At this point in time, no, I don't see that happening, but it doesn't mean that we are opposed to this whatsoever. We would like to continue our relationship with the TNBA moving forward. Also, shout out to Ira Darden representing the DMV from Sneaker Guru 13. The other thing that you can do is you can head over to YouTube and go to the InsideBowling.com channel, the Inside Bowling channel on YouTube, and you can hit the subscribe button, and you will get updated information when we post tournaments and archived results and standings on YouTube. So that's how you can get involved with us, and we hope you've enjoyed this coverage, and we hope that you want to join us for upcoming events and coverage coming up in the not too far distant future. That next weekend we'll be in Waterloo, Iowa for the Fusion Realtors Tournament. Over $10,000 added in that event. You'll see some PBA superstars like Tom Hess. You also see Matt McNeil in that event, in that field. Dave Barris, Derek Sapp. Many great bowlers will be at the Fusion Realtors. And we'll be there next weekend bringing you coverage both Saturday and Sunday live from Waterloo, Iowa. And for all of our upcoming events, you can head over to InsideBowling.com and you can click on the calendar. There's a button up there that says More Events. And you can see all the events that we have planned from now throughout the end of the year. And check back to that frequently because we do add events quite often. You're watching game number 4, third frame or so here right in front of us. You're looking at lanes 37 and 38, lanes 39 and 40, and 41 and 42 right here in front of the booth on our Skycam. You're looking at Maurice Moore, Ed Smaglick, Jesse Smith, Vernon Peterson, and Dwayne Stewart on lanes 37 and 38. On lanes 39 and 40, it's John Reed, John Heath, Rodney Nickel, Philip Duncan Sr., and Herschel James. 41 and 42, Tony Carson, Sam Capizzi Jr., Robert Burris, Ricky Henderson, and Steve Waters. I had no idea Ricky Henderson was here. I didn't see any bases around for him to steal, but Ricky Henderson is here in the building. I remember when Ricky Henderson set the record for having the most bases stolen in the history of baseball. He's got that record. He said, "I'm the greatest of all time." He certainly is. Maybe Adam Varda, if he three-peats here today, maybe he'll stand up and say, "I'm the greatest of all time in TNBA history in the Reed-Hawthorne." I don't believe anyone's ever won it 3 years in a row, unofficially. Also, obviously, we also run events ourselves at Inside Bowling, and we're happy to bring our technology and our services to other events. But our creme de la creme, our top signature event, the InsideBowling.com Open Tournament. It's at the end of April, April 27th and 28th in St. Louis at Tropicana Lanes. More information can be found on our homepage. Click on the tournament section. You can sign up for that event. It's a $260 entry fee, but wait a minute, hold the brakes. You get any Storm bowling ball product that you would like. Another great bowling ball manufacturer out there, Storm Products, along with Hammer that we have supporting this great event. But that event is going to be in St. Louis, and we're going to do a TV broadcast finals online for you with Randy Peterson on the call and myself and a couple other special guests that'll be there to do some interviews. So you do not want to miss that one, and if you can't bowl that event, we want to at least ask you to log online on Sunday, April the 28th. Get in there about 6 o'clock in the chat room as we'll bring you this live broadcast, Top 5 Step Ladder, and I think you're going to really enjoy that one.
Well, Mike, where are we at here?
We just went over the 3 pairs in front of us. Gave everybody a bit of an update here, what's going on there.
This is game number 4 still, I believe, right?
It is. It is, and the pair 37 and 38 are in the 7th frame, and the other 2 pairs are a little bit behind. But I want to bounce back over and check in as the leaders come down to this section. I want to go back over to lanes 33 and 34. Ted Pritz's pair. As we know that Ted Pritz is on this pair. You get a look at Brian Wallachek. Great collegiate career, tried the PBA Tour for some time. Never really met Brian face-to-face, but had an opportunity to this weekend. He's a nice young man. Along with John Boyd III, Ira Darden, and Eric Traylor. We were asking earlier whether or not Ira Darden was right-handed or left-handed, and we'll get a chance to find out here in just a moment. And finally, checking out some of the names here in the chat. I want to say hello to some of the familiar faces that I've seen for many, many years since I've been doing this. I say many, many years like I've been doing this since I've been, 10, 15 years worth of experience here in the booth. But you guys know what I mean. It seems like a really long time, but short time. And we've had some followers since the very beginning. And want to welcome in T.O. Husker and Hester and some of the others. So. And Ira Darden was up just a little bit ago. Chris Hester, thank you. And he is right-handed. So, yeah, you know, maybe you raise a good point there in the chat, lefties. We don't see a lot of lefties out here scoring all that high. And that's kind of been a little bit of a trend here in this particular building. But definitely something when the tournament staff asks my opinion, I will definitely say something about that. As Wallachek misses the 7. Brian Wallachek, what are you doing there, man? You're not supposed to be missing that. He knows he wasn't supposed to miss that either. Come on, Brian. Let's get it going here, bud.
Got a tweet coming in here. DeGlue. Shout out to the Ira Darden representative, the DMV.
That's actually a retweet from a tweet earlier.
Oh, okay.
That's the RT in there.
Oh, RT. Okay, yeah. See, I'm not a big Twitter follow, guru.
Let's take a look at Ted Pritz here. Ted Pritz, 4 in a row, looking for 5. We introduced him to the new coined phrase by Jeff Goodger from About.com, is where Jeff Goodger, you can find his columns. He coined the phrase 7 in a row is a ham turkey dinner, and Ted Pritz well on his way right there.
That's
5
nice
in a row.
Ball. Nice ball. He's playing pretty deep.
Yeah, angles are a little tight though, so that's good. Not too much left to right. We saw Farrell Williams trying to cover quite a few boards, starting way left. Not necessarily sending it out too far to the right, but covering a lot of boards from the inside part of the lane, the deep inside part. Did not bowl real well when we saw him on lanes 37 and 38.
I bet you that line's pretty speed sensitive if you're going to be in there way inside like that, with the don't want to hit the out of bounds if there is any out there with this modified house shot.
Got another retweet out there just from Bowl Hammer. Great live feed from Inside Bowling today with the TNBA, and free first blood giveaway at 12 Eastern time, which we are exactly 9 minutes away. It's kind of like New Year's. We're counting them down. Casey counts them down to hits. Now it's time for our request and dedication.
Yeah. Did you happen to watch the New Year show this past New Year's? I didn't very much care for it. It seemed a little bit duller than.
Well, there you have it. What channel were you watching that on?
I believe it was Channel 4.
Okay, so CBS?
Uh-huh.
All right, so those of you, if we have any CBS affiliates out there listening or any CBS executives, Matt Turek would like to come and do the New Year's presentation better than you guys do.
Yeah. Yeah, send me
calling
out.
you out right here on the air.
Send me out, I'll do it. No problem.
I see Ronnie Sparks Jr. is also nearby. I just saw him around here somewhere. Just disappeared on me. Starting to get a bit of a crowd in here now as folks are starting to watch the action, seeing who this is going to come down to today. Brian Wallachek up on lane 34. So we'll stay here. We'll keep an eye on Ted Pritz. Also, Matt, probably a good idea considering we completely missed Dean Billings 300. Probably a good idea to keep an eye on our feature pair scoreboard, sir, as we continue.
Yeah, I've been trying to watch that. So we'll watch here on 33, lane 33, first bowler.
Yep, that's Ted Pritz.
Ted Pritz, okay.
First 5, yep.
Yeah, he was in the booth last night, wasn't he?
Yep, I covered that a little bit, I think, when you had stepped away.
Okay. No, this is not the U.S. Open pattern. This is just a modified house shot, a little bit slicker, a little bit more oil.
I love looking at this chat here. I believe it's Tyson Brannigan checks in, says, been logged in 5 minutes and already cannot believe how long it takes a couple of these guys to start their approach. Wow. Well, hey, this is serious business. There's a lot of money on the line, Tyson. $5,900. And we hope later on that the flow is even slower when we get to the final 3 men's, women's, and seniors, because we don't want them throwing more than 1 ball at a time when we're trying to cover this thing. That's going to be very tricky. You guys, we'll have to see how the production comes out on that. We're going to be doing 3 stepladder finals all at the same time. So get ready to do some blinking, because we're going to be clicking some cameras. No doubt about that.
Yeah, I'm already walking around trying to plot my moves to get these cameras in the right position.
You've got the moves like Jagger. I mean, you're going to be just fine. Tyson Brannigan's going to be bowling the USBC Masters this week in New Jersey. Just trying to get himself ready for the pace of play in a major tournament. There's Ronnie Sparks. I knew we had Ronnie Sparks somewhere around here. Just saw Ronnie up on lane 35 just a moment ago. So all eyes now on Ted Pritz, the pride of Texas. Ted Pritz, motive staffer.
5 in a row, going for a 6th. As you can see here on the feature pair, lane 33, he's stepping up on the approach, getting lined up.
Don Griffin making a reference to a couple of friends back home.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
I was laughing at that. Don't forget about Mr. Mike Sapolis there, Mr. Griffin.
Yeah, hey, Don, I think I got a good rule change. I want to go ahead and just put that into you since you're the president of the league in the St. Louis Masters League. I want to incorporate a shot clock. We fine for everything else. Might as well fine for a shot clock.
Yeah, they say they fine for everything else.
Well, let's not get into that. Ted Pritz looking for 6 in a row.
Slow Polish, yeah. Whoever bowls on the pairs left and right of him always brings tents and camping gear.
Ted had come up short there, leaving the 2-4. We are 4 minutes away from the trivia question, ladies and gentlemen. I am looking forward to it. I hope you are too.
And we've also passed our maximum viewers so far, 242 right now. We want to thank all 242 of you guys for tuning in, watching this great amateur bowling action today. This is game 4 of a a 5-game block to get to the cut. It says here that the money round, which is our next round, a 4-game block, is supposed to start 12 to 12:30. We are running a little bit behind, as it is almost 12 o'clock right now.
No.
They still have a whole other game to bowl.
No way. We're running behind?
Yeah, right?
No. Well, we got started a little late today because they let everybody, because of the late squad last night. We started about
Yeah, but they're not running
15,
late.
20 minutes.
We're not running late.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
We kind of knew how things were going to, the pace of play is here, so we're good. Everything is good.
Got a big string here, 4 in a row on lane number 38. Cannot see exactly how many he has, but he's this is Mr. Stewart.
I'll switch over to that camera now.
Yeah, let's see if he can get this 5th strike here.
A couple of housekeeping issues here in the chat. Hammer Orange just wants to say that they think that everybody should have a first blood in their bag, and we're going to give one away here in 2 minutes. Tyson Brannigan has a completely serious question now, he says. He wants to know where the standings are. And right now, if you go down below, if you are on the insidebowling.com/videos IBTV live page, but now we have a new one also that points to the same page. Insidebowling.tv is our new domain name. It takes you directly to this page. Don't be on the live stream page. Be on our Inside Bowling page with the live stream and the chat embedded. You can see down below the Twitter feed that there's qualifying through 10 games for the men, the women's, and the seniors down below. As far as standing updates today, we've only gotten game updates after game number 1 thus far. We have not gotten any other results to bring to you. We realize that a lot of folks want to know what the standings are like, and we're just not able to bring those results to you as the tournament office just doesn't have enough support to be able to run the scores in that quickly. But it is something that we're going to look at for next year, and we will bring you scores as soon as we have them, Tyson. So we will do so. 1 minute away from the trivia question. 1 minute away. Get your make sure that your chat is working. You might want to do a test in the chat. Make sure that you're ready to go in case you need to enter in your guess. That's funny. Chris Hester has deemed himself ineligible. He is a Hammer employee. Well, he's an Ebonite guy. He helps the Ebonite brands a lot. Chris Hester. I'm glad you're in with us too, Chris. I haven't seen you in recently in our on our live broadcast. I know you're getting ready for baseball season. A Cincinnati Reds fan. Baseball card connoisseur, Chris Hester. So here we go, everybody. Listen up. Get your ears open. Brian, get ready to monitor this thing and help me out if you don't mind. We're going to ask this trivia question. We're going to give away this Hammer First Blood. It's a 3-part question, ladies and gentlemen. 3-part question. I think I'm actually going to type it into the chat so it'll post when I announce it as well. So let me do that.
If you guys are looking for standings and updates here, we do have the updated standings through 10 games. They are below the stream feed on the InsideBowling.tv page. You'll have to scroll down past the Twitter feed, and then there are 3 or 4 tabs there that you can choose and see the standings so far through 10 games. And looks like we got a couple issues here. If you guys stream is freezing, try to refresh your browser. If that doesn't work, try to close your browser, then reopen it, and then re-navigate to InsideBowling.tv. See if that doesn't help. And we have a tweet also about a little problem. This guy, 866. Oh, wow. Yamashaz. Can't get into the chat since he's stuck on Twitter. Why don't we just go ahead and have you refresh your browser window.
He's probably on some sort of mobile device where the chat's not working.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you are on a mobile device, you'll just have the video feed.
Okay, I finally have the question completely typed into the chat. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here is your trivia question, and I will enter it. I will hit the enter button on the chat after I announce it. What's going on, Matt? I'll get those to you guys. I'm ready to go with the question.
All right, let's go.
Okay. 3-part question. Going through my text, just want to make sure that I worded correctly. This bowler, a PBA Hall of Famer, is the career earnings leader without a title in a major, such as the PBA National Championship, the Masters, the U.S. Open, etc. Who is the Hall of Fame PBA bowler that is the career earnings leader without a title? Now, that's part 1. Part 2 is, We want to know how many times this player has won Player of the Year, and where did this player win their first PBA national title? There's the question right there, entered into the chat. This bowler, a PBA Hall of Famer, is the career earnings leader without a title in a major. How many times has this player won Player of the Year, and where did he win his first PBA national title? And there,
ain't nobody got time for that.
that's your question. There's the answer. Want to show that to Brian?
Yep. Yeah, Brian, here's the correct answer to the question.
Wow, I do not see this flying in.
Yeah, we got one answer so far.
Well, the question is still needs to be answered. We've got a Ryan Schaefer guess, a Pete McCordick guess. Those answers are not correct.
Frank Esposito,
I will give hints if we continue along here.
Mark Roth, those are incorrect.
Yeah, so we'll just keep watching the chat here. We'll see if anybody gets it correct.
Earl Anthony is incorrect.
Yeah, we'll just let it go, Matt.
Okay, all right.
We'll let him go here. We're trying to give away a Hammer First Blood right now here on InsideBowling.com TV. We've got a bunch of strikes going on lanes 41 and 42 as well, Matt. You want to take a look at the, can you see that down there?
Let's see what we got
Everybody
going
got them all?
Yeah, I do believe, yeah, their guy I just bowled on 42, I think has, oh no. I got to get down there. I can't see from here.
Jeff Ussery is in the chat, and he's letting people know that Earl Anthony has won a few majors. So that would be an incorrect guess. And I don't want to give this away or offer any assistance or guidance. I want somebody to actually get this. I'm not going to comment and let you know if anybody's got it correct or not. Just going to let these come in. I'm looking for the three answers together. No. It's a three-part question. You have to have all three parts of the question correct. It is a three-part question. You have to give three different answers. So, for instance, Mike Flanagan. Mike Flanagan's been Player of the Year twice. And Mike Flanagan won his first PBA title at the Our Lady of the Mud Puddle Open in Hammer, Kentucky. Yep, got to have all three pieces of this. Since we do have our Twitter feed open, and we do have some folks saying that they're having a difficult time getting some of this, being able to communicate here. We have our Twitter feed coming in. We will allow you to hashtag Twitter. We will allow you to hashtag on Twitter. And if you send the correct answer in that way and we see it before we see it in the chat, all tiebreakers will go to the chat, of course, because that's how we said we would do it. But if you tweet it in, I'll see it come in about 30 seconds after you tweet it.
Mike, what were the three answers you were looking for again? The name, the event, and the number? Or the year? Yeah, so, well, Toe Husker here gets it correct. Toe Husker is correct. Amleto Monticelli, so we do have a correct answer here. Amleto Monticelli won 2 times Player of the Year, and he won his first title in 1987 at the Japan Cup. So we have a winner. Ding, 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 ding.
Congratulations, Toe
Chicken
Husker.
dinner, Toe Husker.
Or T.O. Husker, I guess.
Yeah.
That's Tony Oliva, I believe. Tony Oliva, Toe Husker, and we have a winner. Congratulations to you. You have won yourself a new hammer, First Blood. That was fun.
Yeah.
Maybe Jeff Hussery will want to do that some more, randomly surprise us.
He says bring it to Iowa next week.
Oh, yeah, like, okay, so Jeff Hussery, I guess you could send it to me, Jeff. I don't know if I could get it by Friday, but if you want to send it to me, Jeff, I can bring it with me to Iowa. As Tony Oliva will be at the Fusion Realtors Open next week. I could present it to him on the air, actually.
Yeah, how about that? That's a good idea, Mike.
15 pounds. Congratulations to you, Toe Husker. That was a really good question.
Yeah.
I can't believe that it just didn't come flying in with answers. See, I love that. That's actually really good.
Yeah. Well, they picked it up. And they started coming in quick there after a little bit, along with a hand hug.
You know what's so funny is I was hyping that arson low flare so much that Brian now Brian Burkhart wants a hammer arson low flare. That's what he was trying to do with making that graphic incorrect earlier. It was so funny, actually, because, you know, he walked over and goes, does this look good?
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks great.
Great.
Yeah. Then I see it posted, and I actually finally looked at it. We do have a lot of questions about where are the ladies, and they're just not in camera range right now, but we will be bringing you ladies a little bit later. We've touched on that a couple of times, and we will work on where we get set in this bowling center for future years so that we can bring you ladies coverage. But you're watching continuing coverage of the Reed-Hawthorne game number 4, brought to you by Hammer and Corona. Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek here with you.
Glad to have everybody in the viewers, all 242 of you watching us this morning.
And Chris Hester is asking some questions about M. Leto in the chat. I'm going based off of the answer that I have from Jeff Hussery. That is the correct answer. So we have it. The pattern this weekend has been a house shot that's modified with more oil, essentially. Go ahead and take a look. We'll see Ted Pritz, 237. Brian Wallachek has recovered nicely as we just are the stream crusher, I guess, to Brian Wallachek. We'll find out here in just a minute. Looking like 226. For Ira Darden. Eric Traylor now up with possible 224 game. John Boyd III struggles, can only shoot 177. But we don't know how many in a row Wallachek has, but we did see him miss a 7-pin earlier. We'll get a look at the great styles of Brian Wallachek and Eric Traylor on lanes 33 and 34.
We got a lot of discrepancy here in the chat about the answer to this trivia question. People are posting links to various bowling websites saying Amuleto does have a major.
We're going to let Jeff Hussery handle that, as it was his question. We did get a correct answer, though, so somewhere there's information that that is correct. Always, always controversial.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, game 4 here is starting to wrap up.
We could do trivia questions like this. Who's my favorite bowler?
Oh, man.
Scott Devers. Yes, we have a winner. Scott Devers is my favorite bowler of all time. Who would Mike Flanagan put in the USBC Open Championship tournament if he could put together his own 5-man team? Ron Williams, Scott Devers, Mike Newman, Bob Vesby, and Mark Williams. How about those guys bowling together?
That would be a team.
Oh, it'd be something. I can tell you that right now.
Looks like Brian down here is on a nice string in the 10th frame. It's up on lane 33. Coming a little high, leaving us getting a 6 count there. Looks like he's got a sleeper, the 3-6-9-10, if I believe I'm seeing that correct. Hard to judge from this angle. It is a 6 count, so yeah, he does have the sleeper there.
232 possible score for Brian Wallachek. Eric Traylor can only shoot 203 as he does spare and convert. There's a lefty right there. Who's been looking for the lefties?
Mr. Griffin.
That's Daniel Vick, just to the right of your screen. Can shoot 244. He would be high on his pair. He's crossing with Jim Wilcott, Richard Jones Jr., Jeremy Thomas, and Ronnie Sparks. Those guys will all be shifting right. We should have an Adam Barta sighting down here, as he is just over here. Zeke Bite.
Yeah, Barta Nation
as well. So we will definitely have leaders for you coming up here. Maybe we can get Adam Barta to do an interview.
That would be nice. Actually, there he's sitting right there. Looks like Mike's going to go try and talk to him here, see if he wants to come and chat with us real quick. I'm going to go ahead and switch the action over here to the Sky Cam, where we have Mr. Burrs here on lane 41. He's got a nice string going into the 10th. He got the first hit in the 10th. He's going for the second hit in the 10th. Comes a little high. Leaves a 3-6.
Get a look at Adam Barta's game on lane 38. He's going to come over for an interview with us.
Oh, an 8-pin.
You know, Adam Barta's on Hammer staff. I think it's unfair that Adam Barta is here and winning his own Hammer-sponsored tournaments. Actually, it's supposed to work that way, actually.
And Adam covers his 8-pin nicely, and
Adam's gonna wait until he's up again. He'll be up here in just a moment. He doesn't want to just half-ass an interview over here. He wants to really.
He's good at being interviewed.
Yeah, he wants to send it in. It's like TMZ with Adam.
Well, I guess we'll leave it here on the jib for your interview here, Mike.
Yeah, you got Dan Higgins and you've got Zeke Bate.
Over on the left, that is game 5. So this is the last game of the cut round. How many bowlers are they cutting this round, Mike? I was trying to look that up on the itinerary. Couldn't find it.
That's on that cashier sheet that we went over a little while ago. It's the top 30 they're taking.
Top 30, okay.
Yeah, these are your top 5. These are the big dogs. These are the 5 guys that leading the tournament. I might steal their sheets, actually. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a score update with these guys. How about that?
That sounds good.
See if I can reach. I'm just going to, I got to take the headphones off. So, oh, here he is. Here he is. Here we go.
All right. Adam Barta sighting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bowling fans, children of all ages, Mike Flanagan here having a love affair with Adam Barta. Adam, take us through your block a little bit today.
Just today a lot more friction, and I'm using the same ball, which is probably not the right idea, but I started off 229, 213, and then 220, 220. So my mindset is if I could keep plugging 220s that, you know, people are going to have to shoot 230s or 250s to catch me, so I'll keep plugging away for now and try and find something next block to give me a little 230 or 240 look.
We just gave away a Hammer First Blood. Jeff Usser, he's been watching in the chat. What ball are you using out there?
I'm actually using a ratchet. Ratchet with a pin up and then with some surface, so to get it to roll earlier and, you know, not hook too early, but just to roll a little sooner. So it's been good all weekend, so I really, you know, don't want to go away with it, and I'm not bowling bad, so I'll stick with it for a while.
Adam, obviously you have coined this new term and this new thing sweeping the country called the hand hug, and we haven't had an opportunity this weekend to do the hand hug. I think right now might not be a bad idea. What do you say? Right there, Adam Barta, Mike Flanagan. It's the hand hug right here. Yep. We're just dancing around like this. Watch out for the wires. We got it, hand hug. You saw it here live, InsideBowling.com. Adam, good luck to you, man.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks. Adam Barta, he's in the zone. He's trying to win this tournament. I'm still going to go over and look at these scores and read them off to you, Matt.
Okay.
Bear with me because I won't have a headset. All right, Matt, I'm over here looking at the score sheets. Dan Higgins sits at plus 391. Bobby Hall plus 453. Eric Kornug plus 418. Zeke Bate plus 472. So Zeke Bate has gone around Bobby Hall. Bobby Hall is only at plus 453.
There you go.
Adam Barta is at plus 490. So Barta 490, Zeke Bate 472.
And Bobby Hall is in third.
Bobby Hall 453. So I'll give you a little idea here. Eric Kornug plus 418 and Dan Higgins plus 391, Matt.
If you guys are looking for the standings here, you need to go to InsideBowling.tv. That is the new domain address. Takes you right to the page where we have our live stream. If your browser window points to www.livestream.com, you are in the wrong place. You should go to InsideBowling.tv. You'll be able to watch the feed, listen to the chat, type into the chat, and look at the standings below the Twitter feed there. You'll be able to see the men, women's, and seniors. Looks like we're going to have another interview here in just a moment. So we'll continue to watch the action here. This is game number 5 getting underway. Last game of the block, as you can see here in the feature pairs right out here in the middle. 39 and 40, Brian Wallachek. He's up in the first frame on 39. Here comes Mike Flanagan again, getting ready to do another nice interview with
Okay, Matt, I'm here with Terry Carter, and it's the shirt vendor here. What's the name of your company, sir?
TNBA Store.
The TNBAstore.com. Yes, I was actually looking around online, and we're using it when we intro all of our videos. Awesome merchandise. As a matter of fact, I've got this pretty cool shirt. Would you hold it up for everybody at home? This is one of the things they're selling here. It's the polo shirt.
Yeah, I bought that shirt.
The National Bowling Association Team TNBA originated 1939, as we heard earlier from the vice president of the TNBA. We'll take that down right there. But love this shirt. Love what you guys have been doing. You guys have been hanging out behind us over here the entire weekend, and we've been seeing those shirts flying off the shelves over there. Talk a little bit about your involvement with the TNBA.
Yes, my name is Terry Carter, and I'm the manager of the TNBA Store. We have a 24-hour, 7-a-day location online. It's called the TNBA Store, and we also have a national traveling program where we attend all of the TNBA events throughout the country.
TNBA, great organization, tons of people here bowling. You let us use your cart on the very first day when we were setting up, so we really appreciate that. We've been kind of booth partners here, just right across the hall from each other, keeping an eye on each other's stuff. Terry's a great guy. Who do you got here working with you?
I've got my business partner, Jeree Miller, and also have a on-site embroidery company out of Baltimore.
Excellent. Yeah, they've been embroidering shirts and everything else over there, as all the players have to have their names on the back. It's a great convenience here for the bowlers. And lastly, do you bowl yourself?
Actually, they've got me working so much I haven't had time to do it. But yeah, I love bowling.
Yeah, it's just like me. I normally bowl this tournament, but they got me working this booth right now. But that's Terry here. We appreciate you being here, and it's been a pleasure to meet you. And head on over to the TNBAstore.com.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
All righty, bud. That's our hallmate, just right across the hall from our booth here, Matt Turek.
All right, back on the jib cam here. We're going to see Zeke Bates shot here on lane 38. He's sitting at plus 472 right now as he's playing a little inside and gets that 10 pin out. It was a nice ball. Bobby Hall's also on that pair. He led after yesterday's 10-game 2-block qualifying round. Right now, his score is looking starting in the second frame. He went 9 spare, split in the third, 9 spare in the fourth, and then a strike in the fifth frame. So he's up here on lane number 38. Let's see if he can get a double here, get this game turned around for Mr. Bobby Hall.
We gave away the Hammer First Blood. I think it'd be a great opportunity for us when we come back. We'll have a Guess the Cut Score contest, and we'll give away Brian's Jeep Cherokee parked outside.
That's a nice one.
Trying to make Brian laugh a little bit up here. Oh, dear. Tell you what, there's like a cold front coming through right here right now. Might have to go over and pick up some of the TNBAstore.com stuff.
Yeah, actually, I know the gentleman there couldn't hear me, but I actually bought that shirt that he was holding up yesterday, trying to support the TNBA. So you might see me, if you guys are out there in St. Louis, repping that, showing that shirt off a little bit. This is a great event, so I was pretty proud to spend a little cash to support them.
Jeff Ussery is a historian of the game of bowling, and he has texted me a little clarification on that chat question. And he knew it was going to be a doozy, and he knew that it was going to get some people talking because he loves the question so much. So he's just explaining the answer a little bit. He says that just wanted to let everybody know that I read out loud that it was the Open, the Masters, the Tournament of Champions, and the PBA National. I announced that those were those tournaments. He did win the TPC, which adds a little trick to the question, but the 4 majors you mentioned, he has never won. So the TPC was a little bit different, and that's the trick of the question, actually. And, you know, Jeff wanted to make sure that it was a tricky question, and he loves doing contests, and he appreciates all of the fans in the chat being part of that thing. So there you have it. You want the mic? Yeah.
It looks like Adam's going to do an interview himself here with a nice little young man.
Oh, yeah. We're on you.
Mike Flanagan.
Yes, sir.
You know who this is, right?
Uh-huh.
My son Logan.
Yep.
Logan, do you want to tell them what is today?
My birthday.
Oh, happy birthday,
happy
buddy.
Birthday, Logan.
Happy birthday, Logan.
Thank you.
Are you what, 7?
13.
13, I'm sorry.
Oh,
13. Off a little bit.
Yeah, good call.
Happy birthday, Logan. Thanks, Mike.
All right, no problem. Adam Barta here, not only trying to win his 3rd tournament in a row, but being a nice gentleman, coming over, introducing his son. 13 years old. You know, if I was going to make a graphic for that, though, I bet I would put 7.
Why is that?
Because he talked about 7.
Oh, yeah.
He's really 13, though. If we'd put 7 candles up, we'd go through the whole thing, then it'd be 13.
And then it'd be 13.
That's how Adam and I are. We get people thinking about the wrong stuff. Because I was just about to say that he's 7 years old, but really he's 13, obviously.
All right, looks like we're back up here again. Sorry about that, a little technical difficulty. Just in case you missed some of that action, we will have all that recorded on YouTube here in a few days after we get back in town. So you guys can go back and watch all that, all the interviews, all the action that we've covered both days, Saturday and Sunday today, here in the suburb of Cleveland, Indian, at the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic. This is game 5 of 5 in the cut round. They will be cutting to the top 30 men as we are watching the men bowl right now. They will bowl, as far as I understand, a 3 or 4 game set. Yeah, the men and women will bowl a 4-game set, and the seniors will bowl a 3-game set on that cut. And then the top 5 bowlers from that round will advance to the stepladder finals.
Dan Higgins, 94 in the 5th, strike working in the 6th. Delivering his shot in the 7th, lane 37.
His sweetie pie's as good as it looks on TV. They must have got a commercial there when they reloaded their browser. Got a tweet out here, a fan of Bobby Hall. Just wanted to shout out to Bobby Hall. Keep pushing, inside bowling. Get your audio together, he says.
Get your audio together.
People have been complaining about the audio. However, other people say that it's just fine.
We actually, it was a meteor that landed here in the booth.
Yeah, in the booth. Yeah, we got to watch out for that stuff there.
Just got clipped by the meteor. I'll tell you what, there's a great Saturday Night Live skit involving Dana Carvey. And it's absolutely hilarious. He's like a quiz show contestant, and he keeps answering a meteor, and he's like a psychic. And then a meteor comes down and lands on the quiz show.
Okay, Mike, we got some update scores here. Are we? Okay, and we're back here. We have some scoring updates here in the senior division. We have the cut totals. They're going to cut to a 3-game block. Do you want to go through those, Mike, or you're?
This is the actual. This is it.
This is
seniors are completed.
The senior cut. Yes.
Okay, so it's Norm Cave. He sits at the top right now at 25.96. 64 pins behind is Ted Hanna's at 25.32. At 24.68, it's Larry Strell. 24.52, Bob Marable from St. Louis. Congratulations to Bob. We're happy to see him sitting in 4th. Donald Robinson is 5th. Martin Rigby 6th. Gregory Turner 7th. Tom Panabianco in 8th. Willie Lawson Jr. in 9th. And Frank Florjanicic. That's it, Florjanicic. Sits at 23.54. So that's the senior cut. They're going to bowl 3 more games coming up here shortly. And those are the 10 that are fighting for the senior title. Don't forget that senior title today, the winner is going to take home a cool $2,100 with the second place finisher finishing with $1,050. So there's your update in the senior division. Thank you for that. And I believe we got that because Daryl Spider is hopped in with us. Spider, you here with us?
Yes, I am.
How we doing, bud?
Doing fine.
This is the time where you finally start getting comfortable. I know we just started getting comfortable being up here in the booth, and we're going to have to tear it down in about 5 or 6 hours. And then prepare again for an entire year.
Oh, I understand that.
It looks like our feed went down for a minute and came back up. Sometimes just the software on the computer just will freeze for no reason. So crazy. We're using a Mac Mini, so we're using an Apple product that usually has less chance of crashing. We've upgraded recently.
Yep.
Bowl text, Paul Matatall saying hello. Good to see you, Paul, in the chat. Spider, we gave away a first blood just a little while ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we had a trivia question. Jeff Hussery was in the chat. And we gave away a first blood.
Oh, how you doing, Jeff? You in?
Yeah, I think he's still hanging out with us. Obviously loves sponsoring this event. Great sponsor of the event. And Jeff Hussery's been hanging out all weekend with us.
Most definitely. Sorry you're not here, Jeff.
So we're seeing on lanes 37 and 38, it's the Adam Barta, Dan Higgins, Eric Kornog, Zeke Bate, Bobby Hall pair. They were your leaders coming into today. Adam Barta has actually vaulted himself to the lead at plus 490 from that pair, unless somebody has catapulted past him from another pair. But that's what we have right here. Is on this pair, Adam Barta is leading those 5 bowlers.
Hey, Mike, remember what I told you earlier?
I know. It's Adam Barta's tournament. And remember what I told you earlier. I got the field.
I got you. I'm not going to say it's Adam Barta's tournament, but you got to beat him to win. Yes,
you do. The tournament goes through Adam Barta. There's no doubt about it. And, on lanes 39 and 40, we've been watching Ted Pritz, Brian Walczak, John Boyd III, Ira Darden, and Eric Traylor. And over on lanes 41 and 42 here, Jim Wolcott, Daniel Vick, Richard Jones Jr., Jeremy Thomas, Ronnie Sparks. Brett Shepard near the booth. How you doing, Brett? You did? Turkey double gutter.
Oh, what?
Brett Shepard has gone turkey double gutter today.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch. I see it up there on the screen there. Holy
looks
cow.
like he's probably playing the outside portion of the lane. What are you doing, Matt? You're a bit of a mess here.
Well, no, I had
today.
to take my headset off to work the sound, make sure we had sound, and then when I went to get the headset back on, my little windbreaker thing here fell off the mic. So.
And then you got keyboards you were banging on over here, and
I'm just answering the chat.
yeah, just wondering what we got going on. He got a free flow of oxygen. Matt did, and he's awake now. He's woken up this morning. Spider, the tournament, obviously this weekend, you guys have been working very hard. What's the overall feedback of our broadcast that you've heard?
Oh, the overall the feedback is real positive, real positive.
We haven't made fools of your tournament organization or anything like that?
Most definitely not. All you did was help us out, get us out, everybody to see us, give us more exposure.
Got a couple shout-outs in the chat for you, Spider, there. Steely says, great tournament. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So basically, you guys aren't back there talking bad about us, calling us the Nazi police or anything, needing all the scores all the time?
Of course not.
Well, then we haven't done our job. We love you guys. It's so much fun coming and working these big events.
Well, we love you coming out and supporting us and really doing this. It helped the bowlers to give them a little exposure. A lot of great bowling,
There sure has been. There's quite a few of great bowlers in this field.
Now, the pair that Adam Barter's on, we have a guy that hasn't bowled in a while, and that's Bobby Hall. And he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he led at the end of yesterday.
Yeah, and we talked about it. He's got a YouTube video out there self-promoting himself. If you type in Bobby Hall Bowling on YouTube, you'll see a nice 4-minute put-together video of him.
And he's got hair in that video.
He's got dreadlocks in one of the telecasts that he made. Get a good look at his style here. Tough break there, 7-10. Now, Spider, I said I was going to ask about this, and I think this is a perfect time considering we're wrapping up the coverage here. Final frame here of the leaders, and the other folks will have some bowling here for another 6 frames as 39 and 40, 41 and 2 are a little bit behind the leaders pair. But I got to ask, where does the nickname Spider come from?
Oh, wow.
I mean, do you bite people, or I mean?
No, I don't. The nickname Spider came from my job. It came all in doing playing basketball. It was a guy that before I started, no one could guard. And once I got there, I was able to stop him doing everything he used to could do. And they said, you must have 8 arms and 8 legs because nobody could stop him. And they started calling me Spider from that point. And it stuck.
Well, there you go.
So this is because of basketball?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So next year when we come up, if I want to bring my own little Nerf basketball hoop, you and I could do a little one-on-one on the live stream, maybe in between a break or something.
That was back in the day now.
Well, I have no basketball skills whatsoever.
Oh, well, you can do that then. I can stop you.
I really do. No skills whatsoever.
That's a great matchup there.
Yeah, here on right out front here on lane 40. Try and see if he's got all 6 strikes. It does not look like he does. It looks like he's got a spare or spare in the first. That's B on lane 40. That's.
Yeah, we've got Ted Pritz is letter A, Brian Walchuk is letter C.
Yeah.
John Boyd III is letter E. Letter B is Ira Darden. And letter D is Eric Trailer.
Let me tell you something about John Boyd III. John Boyd III is actually a junior bowler that got permission to sign out. Anything he wins will go into his smart fund.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome,
man.
Yeah,
really.
Totally.
Got another shout out in the chat there. TNA Babe wants to say great tournament.
Oh, thanks a lot.
She's been in the chat all weekend too, I've noticed. I noticed her chiming in yesterday a lot.
Yeah, it's the TNBA Babe. And you know TNBA Babe, I kind of want to know what you look like. So I was thinking maybe the TNBA Babe. Now you got me messing it up, man. TNBA
it's my
Babe,
fault,
I'd like to have you snap a photo of yourself and tweet that to us. I want to see who's on the other end. I mean, when I see TNBA Babe,
yeah,
I got to see this.
And to the bowlers that's in the chat room, please feel free to email me anything you have or any suggestion you have. I listen to everything the bowlers have to say because this is your tournament, and I want to make things better for you. So feel free to give me your input on anything that you might need to say.
Yeah, do you want to give out that email?
Oh, I know who it is. I'm already friends with you, girl. We're already friends, TNBA Babe. Oh, you know, you're so beautiful. I'm going to go look at your picture right now. I know who that is. Right there. St. Louis, Missouri. Just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Alicia Bryant.
We got a lunch date this week, Alicia Bryant. You and me. You pick the day and the place, and I'm there. My treat. Wink, wink.
Alicia Bryant. Hi, Alicia.
No, seriously though, Alicia's a great lady. I really like her a lot.
Most definitely.
She's amazing.
Just got an update from Zeke here. He says he finished out the block at plus 500.
Wow.
Bada boom.
Where was I writing all this down at? Right there. So he could be leading, possibly, depending on what some of these other scores did. What Bobby finish up with there? He had a 220, I believe. 220 or 230, so there's a few pins they're going to jump on.
Hey, Zeke, why don't you just grab the mic down there? Grab the microphone. Yeah, and the headset. Yeah, just we'll find out what's going on. Yeah, just set yourself down. And
Yeah, do a little self-interview.
He's going to give us a tournament update here from the field. All right, joining us now live from the field. You just got done bowling. Zeke Bate, what's going on, bud?
Just an update for you guys at home. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Here he is. He's,
we
he's
got him
making
on
his
camera,
online debut by himself. He's flying solo today.
Yeah. Barta is just ahead of me. He's 5'20-ish, I want to say.
Okay.
5'10-ish, and I'm 5'06 over, so I should be third. And the B bowler on 40 is in the lead right now, and he's about to shoot 290, I guess.
Ira Darden is in the lead in the tournament.
And we have that right here on camera. He's
on
up in the 7th frame.
And he strikes again. He has a decent look. He's all right.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, he's got a great look out there. That's for sure. Zeke, what did you see different today than what you saw through qualifying yesterday?
They were a lot earlier and sharper today, like on the break point. Extremely sharp. So I shot 269 the first game playing where I played yesterday, and shot 189 the following game trying to play where I played yesterday. So pair to pair was extremely different, and it seemed like the pattern was shorter and earlier. So you had to move in with something. I had to move in with something hybrid, the Brutal Nightmare, and go this way.
Yeah.
So
Brutal Nightmare. Yeah, we saw somebody shoot 300 with that. It was our friend, Mr. Friend, shot it on 41 and 42.
Yeah.
That's literally his last name.
His friend.
Yeah.
He's a friendly guy.
That he is. You've got a friend is what I was singing or wanted to sing anyway. Ronnie Sparks, I thought he would get there and make a pretty good run here at the tournament. He's sitting on 4 in a row, and we just saw him 2-8-10, or 2-4-10, I mean.
He'll make it. Watch.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. I think he might make it.
I put a bet on it. I don't know how close he is, but he's never too far away.
How old is John Boyd III, Spider? Do we know?
I think John Boyd is either 19 or 20.
Oh, okay. Oh, he did make it. Ronnie Sparks called it right here.
He
Zeke
called
made
it. I almost bet him $1 on that one.
Zeke's going to be joining us at the roulette table when he turns 21, because Zeke is only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yes. The gambling days are ahead of me.
I'll give you a tip. Just don't even go.
Don't go?
Just take $60 and leave your credit cards and wallet at home.
All right. That works.
That's my goal anyway.
They built a casino in Columbus, so I probably am just going to visit one or two times.
Well, you got to go, especially on your 21st birthday. There's nothing else like it if you go on your 21st birthday. Get a group of friends together and just have a good time.
Mike, John is 20 years of age.
20 years old. Zeke as well, a couple 20-year-olds. If you ever had a tournament where the two people's age had the total 40, these two guys probably want to hook up.
It's okay. Well, here's Mr. Darden up here again, going for 290.
And he's using. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, he's up on lane 39.
He's using the Mean Streak Brawler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That Mean Streak line is supposed to be really good.
Looks good in his hand, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Ted Pritz is striking with the best of them as well. Motive staffer Ted Pritz, the pride of Texas.
Pride.
Let's see if he can get this this strike here in the 8th frame.
Be 7 in a row.
That's the ham turkey dinner, isn't it?
It is the ham turkey dinner.
He's going for the ham turkey. Crosses over. Oh, there he is. He's hungry for it.
He is no longer hungry. He just got a ham turkey dinner.
Yeah. He's in fact he walked it out 5 lanes to go and eat it real quick, and now he's on his way back. So great shot there.
He said it was delicious.
Good.
The ham turkey dinner.
Special in-game commentary by Zeke Bate. He's participating in the tournament, doing very, very well today. He was on the leaders pair. He finished it. What was the score again, Zeke?
I went plus 506.
He's at plus 506.
Which should be enough for third, I believe. Right now. We got 4 more games to go. But.
Do you mind hanging out with us here as we wrap up this coverage here of these last couple of frames?
If you guys want me here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Talk ball reaction, Zeke, as you're watching these players take to the lanes. We haven't seen many lefties rise to the top here, but Daniel Vick has done pretty well here in this tournament. I believe he's the highest lefty. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think he is too. I don't see any other lefties, and he's throwing it good, using something very, very rolly very early, it looks like, and just kind of pointing it off the gutter, which is where you might have had to play if you're on the left side, is right off the gutter. Because I know to begin with, the right side was extremely tight, so I can imagine what the left side is going to be with less traffic. And here's Ronnie over here, frame 9. He'll shoot 257. That's a strike.
Oh, wow, that was a great looking ball.
Bueno.
Spider, take us through what's going to happen after this gets completed. Oh, never mind. He's talking to somebody. No problem.
Got a tweet coming in. Sneaker Guru, let's go Ira. Hashtag Inside Bowling. If you guys want to communicate with us, there's several ways to do it. You can do it on the chat on the live stream on InsideBowling.tv, or you can go ahead and tweet us using the hashtag Inside Bowling.
Spider, what takes place after we get done with this coverage right here? What kind of break are we looking at? Are we looking at lanes getting oiled? Where do the folks go? What's happening?
All right, after this set here, we'll make the cut. Take a little time, make the cut. After the cut, they'll bowl 4 more games. Then after that 4-game set, we'll re-oil. Then we'll go down to the match play.
And are the ladies going to bowl like 43 to the right or so we can have a camera down for the ladies? We've had some folks asking for the ladies, maybe 45 and 6 to the right, or maybe you can make that happen for us possibly.
He's thinking about it.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I don't think so.
You won't. You can't. You're not going to be re-oiling for this block, are you?
Right.
Okay, so you got to stay on lanes that the ladies bowled on.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
We can try to maybe get something over that way. We'll work on that.
It's kind of hard to put the ladies on the men's side.
Sure. Yep. You're right.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
They'd kill me.
Yeah. You're right. That trumps everything. But we will have the finals. All the divisions will be covered in the finals, which will be right down here by us.
Yes, they will.
All right, back here on lane 40. He's going 290 pace. He's up here in the 9th frame. Going for his ham turkey dinner +1.
+1?
Matt, that's a 290 max score. I don't know if too many 290 paces.
All right.
I'm picking on him.
Thanks for making me look like an idiot in front of 217 viewers,
and
Mike.
the tournament director.
I appreciate it. How fast do you throw the ball again?
Uh-oh.
Oh! What an exciting
Bada
boom.
boom.
Look at him.
He's hot, man.
Oh, he
smashed him.
Oh my goodness gracious.
He's walking them out now.
He's got the eye of the tiger.
That's right.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That was like a hop walkout step.
I think I'm gonna put on a shield or a knight in shining armor outfit and interview him. Ira Darden has landed at the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic.
And he went a bunch this block. This was the squad he really killed.
This is the 54th version, and the 54th version of this tournament is brought to you by Hammer, Corona, TNBA Online.com as well. The TNBA store actually online.
Got another tweet out for Ira. Coming in from 3 Steph D. Keep it going. Sure hope he does here.
I just want to say, when it comes to syllables of names, you've got Adam, you got Ira, you got Barta, you got Darden. So there might be some sort of nuance there within the 2-syllable first name, 2-syllable last name. And then the year before it was Mike Rose. So maybe that's the key. You could win, Zeke. Zeke Bate.
Exactly.
That would work. But a name like Mike Flanagan would never have a chance in this tournament.
Never. Way too hard to pronounce.
Eric Trailer. That's got a chance.
There we go.
All right, guys.
Ted
Ira's up here
Look at
in the
this.
10th frame. Going for 290.
Pritz.
Not on pace.
Wallachek's got no chance. His last name's got too many syllables.
There's a Z in there. You just know.
It has nothing to do with his ability. We're about to see some commotion here.
If he strikes,
yeah,
it's going down. Especially if he smashed messengers.
Oh, a beautiful ball.
Oh,
yeah, not yet. He says not yet. I got more work to do.
He knows what's going on.
He's in the 270s. He's like, all right.
Has Ira bowled this tournament for a while, Spider?
Yes, Ira has been bowling for a while.
Do you know if he's cashed the last couple of years or had a good outlook in the tournament offhand, just off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Oh, Pritz. No bueno.
That's that conditioner in the center part of the lane that if you hit that spot, it just slides on you.
He could have struck out for 240 too if he had that. There's Ronnie Sparks. He can do 250. No, not good.
Looks like Ira took a re-rack there.
He sure did. This is kind of like commentating like the U.S. Open or the Tournament of Champions right now. Ira Darden up. Takes the re-rack, taking a little extra time. No shot clock violation. Up on lane 39.
Couple deep breaths.
Little inside, yep. Totally
oh, it
agree.
held.
Wow. He's got some area out there. He's got the right tilt, the right ball roll, and the right ball in his hand. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with unless he maybe eats some greasy French fries with the wrong hand or something on the break. But it's going to take something like that to derail this train.
I might go get him some French fries then.
Yeah, sure. I didn't mean to put that thought in your mind, Zeke.
Well, it's a good idea.
Here's another tweet coming in. Barta versus Darden for the crown. Hashtag inside bowling. Boy, that would be exciting.
I'll be third, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let's not leave Zeke out. Maybe there'll be a 3-way tie. We'll work something out there.
Brian Walchek can go 226 here.
Chuck Tech says, shout out to Spider in the live chat.
All right, Chuck.
Done. Dougie Green coming in from Indianapolis. Great coverage. You guys are great. Coming through the tweet wire.
B. Walls up there with a strike. That's my new name for Brian Wallachek. B. Walls.
Oh.
I believe the music from his iPod came out.
Yeah.
Listens to loud music. 290.
Boom.
There you go.
There it is.
Very nice bowling.
That's your tournament leader.
Maybe we can grab him for an interview. Zeke, you want to interview him?
Sure.
Ira.
Hi.
Yeah, we're going to have Zeke interview Ira right here. His first interview. Will you grab Ira?
Ira.
That's right. Ira fans right here. Getting the camera set up here. We'll get him on there, and we'll do a quick interview. All right, standing by our colleague here now, Zeke, with Ira.
Ira, 290 game. It's amazing. How'd it feel?
Feel great. Throwing the ball well for the past 14, 15 games. Started off very slowly, and once I found the right ball, right line, there's curtains from there.
Did you switch to the Main Street Brawler, or did you start out with it today?
I threw the Main Street Brawler all day today.
All day today?
Yes, all day.
Pin down, pin up?
Pin down.
And what were you throwing through the majority of the first qualifying blocks?
Main Street Brawler.
So you've been throwing that the whole time?
Pretty much, yes.
Very nice. Very nice 290 game. That puts you at what are you over?
It was about, I'm going to say around 590 something.
That's crazy. Great bowling.
Hey,
man.
Zeke, I got a couple questions for him. Stick with him. I got a question. Two questions for Ira. What do you think of the shot? Ask him what he thinks of the shot.
What do you think of the shot coming out here tonight?
Well, it's a little challenging, but pretty much it's fairly soft in my opinion. But a lot of strikes to be had if you're on the right line, right ball. It's shot pretty easy to me.
Did you see a difference between day 1 and day 2?
I noticed yesterday it was a little hang outside yesterday. Seemed like on Sunday it's just a little more room to miss, and I took advantage of it.
Yeah, you did.
One more question. Does he got something for Barta?
Do you have something for Barta?
Huh?
Do you have anything for Barta? Anything to say to Barta?
The defending champion.
The defending champion.
2 years in a row.
Excellent bowler. He's a very excellent bowler.
Can you beat him?
But I think for him to win again, you got to get through me.
Oh, there you go. That's what I wanted to hear.
Oh.
That's what I wanted to hear right here. I love it. You see the fire right there.
Sounds like a challenge to me.
That's
very
good
good.
right there.
That's Zeke Bate. He's doing interviews while he's bowling the tournament.
Yes.
That's right.
That's what we do. We just interview people and have the bowlers interview other people, so that's perfect.
Multitasking.
That's right. Zeke, we're going to let you get out of here. We know you got stuff to do. You got to get your bowling balls put away. You probably got to get something to eat.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me again.
You know it.
All right.
Zeke Bate doing great sideline reporting down there while he bowls the tournament. Thank you so much. Ida likes to be called the Ida Darden. Well, we can certainly take care of that. The Ida Darden, not a problem at all, as we have a tweet coming in from 3 Stuff D. Okay, looks like that's going to wrap up this portion of our coverage today. Of course, we'll be with you all day. We're just getting started. We will be cutting to the cashers, so everyone that makes it from here will all be getting a check from the TNBA. Remember, the first place in the men's division is $5,900 here at your Reed-Hawthorne Classic here in Cleveland. Freeway lanes, to be exact, 80 lanes. I'm Mike Flanagan, and I am alongside Matt Turek. Up here in the booth, we want to thank you for watching this coverage, as we did give away a Hammer First Blood earlier, thanks to Jeff Usry and those great folks over at Hammer. Congratulations again to Tony Oliva, and we'll get that ball to you. We'll present it live next week when we're at the Fusion Realtors Open in Waterloo, Iowa. Mike Flanagan and I will be there, along with Lee Bedoris, to bring you that action. So for behalf of my colleague Matt Turek, who's looks like he's going to join me back. But,
yeah, I'm back
I was
now,
just
guys.
wrapping it up. I want to thank you for watching. We'll be back, I'm going to guess, about 30, 35 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to get out of Spider there, how long the break's going to be. He said he didn't know. He had to get going to actually find that out, figure out how things are going. We actually have another guest standing behind us with the TNBA and the USBC. He's either going to wait for when we come back, or if we have the time
I think we should do
now.
it when we come back. That way we
Yeah.
can get something ordered to eat also, so we're fresh and sharp for you at home.
That's right.
So we'll leave you for now, and we'll come back with more guests. And don't forget, a little bit later, we're going to have the USBC, Mr. Kearney, Eric Kearney, will be joining us. I was thinking Kim Terrell, but that's his wife. I always think of her first. But we're going to find a reason to think of him first when he comes back and helps us. So we're going to get out of here for a minute. We've got not much sleep last night.
Yeah.
We're going to leave you with a look at the crowd here in just a moment. And we'll be back, and we'll be monitoring the chat, and we'll be happy to bring this back to you. Live from Cleveland, Mike Flanagan here reporting with Matt Turek. It's the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial. We're happy you're here with us. We'll see you in a little bit.